Welcome to this week's episode of PPP1. Joining me this time for the starting section, as I don't have my team here this week, since we got a forfeit win, unfortunately. I got Nullagon, Scepter, as well as Wizard of Chaos. How are you guys doing?
Amazing. I got a 2-0.
I'm pretty happy.
Yeah.
Same as him.
My team disbanded, but that's a story for another week.
Yeah, Nullagon is here as he casted the series, so he will have some insight. Hopefully, maybe provide some critique on the game, some analysis, perhaps.
I'll let Accepted speak first because I had God Vision. So
yeah, okay. I'll say first that I was gonna cast this game, but then I heard Smack was gonna stand in, so I didn't bother because Smack standing seems good.
Yeah.
We got it too.
it was fun games to cast, mind.
Yeah. So what happened in game number 1?
What happened in game number 1? I got PA Magnus.
God. Yeah, but outside of what Accepted says, game 1, yeah, we got the PA Magnus. PA's lane got dumpstered, but you kind of expect that because it's a PA. Like, what are you gonna do?
PA against 2 stuns.
Yeah,
I think everyone's lane got dumpstered that game. I don't think anyone actually had a good lane.
I did. Game 1, I had an amazing.
Oh yeah, both offlaners had good lanes, and that was it. Both mids kind of just killed each other a bit.
Yeah, no, it was horrible. Like I don't know, dude. The Wyvern and the Spectre, that's just not a lane. Like, you can't do anything versus a Magnus and a Dark Willow. The Spectre just got stuffed in the dumpster for like, I don't know, I want to say like 10 minutes straight, 15. And then we started grouping up, trying to take fights. We took a while actually getting off RPs because it was just so unbelievably hard when I get Spectre haunted every time the fight starts. But we just ran around, looked for pickoffs, got a couple of incredibly fast Roches, one-shot Moo once with Cleave. That shit was insane.
Yeah.
Are you going do you go for the talent this game? Oh, I would have done it. I would have done it with a Magnus, the Cleave talent. Dude. Would have been hilarious.
I wasn't doing it because I thought it wasn't good.
Flamed the
No, I definitely agreed that it wouldn't be good, but you can never have too much cleavage.
Sometimes
He did get the one shot.
Yeah.
He popped the dagger on it was on the Venge, I think.
Yeah, he went on the Venge, and Moo just dies instantly.
I didn't even see him. He was out of vision for me. And he just gets deleted.
I think he was on just on the edge of the cleave too.
It was super sad, man. But yeah, they had some really tanky heroes. Basically, whenever they got to start a fight, it generally went pretty badly for us because either the PA would just get dumpstered or Clinks would get dumpstered or something. But eventually we just started trying to split and have the Clinks push one lane and everyone else be a distraction in another. And that seemed to work a little better. But eventually we forced some buybacks out of them, got the kills on, we got kills, forced buybacks. Then there's this one really long engagement at bottom and just started pushing after that. And once Spec and Centaur and all them die without buyback, it's game over.
From my perspective, by the way, most of the fights actually kind of leaned around whether or not you could get on the Lena beforehand.
Mm-hmm.
That was most of their damage right there, and that was the only way they could Clinks or PA quickly. And she was the one with the Silver Edge too.
Yeah, I wanted to get Ags right after my Force Staff or a Shadow Blade or something, but I just had to go BKB. I would just get stunned to death every single fight if I didn't. And I flamed Alex because he bought a Manta instead of a BKB.
I can relate.
Yes, you can.
He gets this 25-minute Manta. It's like I tell him, if you go Deso after Battle Fury, I'm just going to flame the shit out of you. And
I said,
like,
okay.
I'm not going to go Deso, and then he builds a fucking Manta.
Yeah.
Jesus.
And Deso, it's it's a cheaper item, so maybe you should have gone for it. Maybe you would have been happier then.
He has a point.
No, the problem was I wanted him to get BKB because we got dumpstered one match because he went like B Fury
I don't.
into Deso, and then needed to get like a BKB, and I also needed a BKB. We ran the same strat, and then we just got shit on because we couldn't kill any of them. Just no BKBs. But this time we got BKBs. Life was good.
Yeah, BKBs are quite useful, I've heard.
Yeah.
It means he doesn't kill his teammates either.
Yeah.
Also cool.
Oh yeah.
I killed him once. I
think
killed Wizard once.
Yeah, he did kill me once because
I said, and I quote, "I wanted to slap something and you were there."
I don't think the Wyvern ults are pretty, like, they're mainly debate still at BKBs over actually killing anyone. I think there's like 1 or 2 kills with them.
Yeah.
The one that I killed, Wizard, was one of them.
Yeah, the Wyvern ults were generally either on me to prevent me from doing anything, or on one of the other 2 cores just to like stop them in the middle of a fight from getting anything.
I think Bear died to it at one point when it was literally the entire team in at like 12 minutes.
Just beat him to death. Yeah, I'll believe that. I don't remember exactly.
I like beating my team to death with PA.
I don't know. I think this game would have been a lot harder for us if, I don't know, I think if the Spectre had a Radiance, that would have forced out like MKB or
rather than my Satanic,
rather than your Satanic. I think the Spec needs a Radiance. I think the Centaur needs like an Ags and a Crimson Guard, probably. Like the Blade Mail, I don't think it does a whole lot for him. By the time someone's on him, he's very dead. But the Halberd was a great pickup from him. That really screwed our PA and Clinks a couple times. So
that was on the Centaur.
Yeah. One time they halberded me, and I was like, "Oh shit!" Pop Satanic, pop Dagger. I'm at full health. It doesn't work on daggers, even though daggers are technically an auto attack.
They also have True Strike, which is cool.
Those conditions are so weird with like Dagger, because that doesn't work for Ember, but it works for PA.
Yeah, and also Dagger doesn't wake people up from Bane sleep. It's the weirdest bullshit.
Yeah, the Spectre Dagger is just absolutely weird.
I'm not talking about Spectre Dagger. I'm talking about my dagger.
Well, I'm also talking about Spectre Dagger. Damn it! It should pop Lincoln's.
It should also get reflected by Loso, but you know.
Look, I hate that. I hate that spell. It's just it's so weird. It doesn't. It acts like an AOE spell when you can target it. It's awful. Side rant. Sorry.
Yeah.
Also, I want to point out that I got absolutely target banned this game. This was.
Look at the first 3 bans.
He bans the Phoenix. He bans the Abaddon, which I've been spamming recently. He picks Centaur, and that's a lot of my hero pool
He takes
right there.
4 heroes of his head of the pool.
I was tilted, man.
And then he just plays one of his other heroes.
Yeah, it's okay. You're on Magnus. Anyone can play Magnus, right? Even a known Volans associate can do it. So.
And like Smack did his job, and like when we were fighting or having like shitty time, he'd just like say, "Okay, I'm split pushing," and he'd smack towers.
Yeah, Smack did an excellent job. The Scythe was very, very helpful.
Yep.
That game for me, game 1, was a lot of turtling. Like the entirety of the Radiant team was just on their high ground at like
it was
solid amount of time, and you guys were just had wolves everywhere, and Monet one goes out.
It was really hard. Yeah, it was. They had great high ground. Like the Wyvern just throws crap out. The Lena throws out nukes. The Spectre, you can't blow her up instantly. Centaur, you can't blow up instantly. It's really hard to push into them. And I had gotten Ags, and I would just spam out waves, and he would throw daggers and spam out waves. And
yeah, all their waves were in their base.
The issue is your draft doesn't have like anyone who can just stand up against their team.
Yeah,
it's very hard to stand up against their team, though.
I know it's hard. It's what you need, like a bristleback against that team or some shit like that.
We could have picked Abaddon.
If they didn't ban it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but you know what? Yeah, that could have been an Abaddon game, but it wasn't because they banned it. Assholes.
Such is life.
Yeah. But no, they did a great job with turtling. I think if they had gone some other items, that game just becomes way harder for us. But,
that's a lot of loud typing there.
Yeah, I was messaging my girlfriend.
Yeah.
Hey, girl,
So
you want to have sex tonight or just 2-0?
all right, and
No,
we
she's
have.
talking about my depression and how I need help.
All right, can we discuss Dota 2?
Yes.
I'm sorry, accepted. I'm sorry, accepted, but
It's fine. I don't
we're
care about his personal issues.
yeah.
I don't
That's
either.
I'm not sure
Trust
how
me.
much there's more to say about Game 2. Like, highlights of
No,
fucking
we
Moo
haven't-
getting one shot. There's a pretty nice team fight near the end, and
Yeah.
there's a few nice early
I'm
mid-game fights. but
surprised
very
they
spread.
swapped it up. Like they must have been. I don't know how tilted this team is, but Moo is playing support. So
That was odd.
He played offlane Game 2.
okay, I'm just surprised looking at Game 1. I don't know if the kills are that high. He's actually
was
Ancient 1. That's higher than I thought.
Yeah, he was like level 6 on Wyvern, so I think he just said to himself, I'm a good Wyvern, we can give that to me instead of one of our other supports. So that makes sense.
And their centaur wasn't bad
the
enough
Centaur
that they were
wasn't bad at
actually
all.
like
Yeah.
that they were actually getting fucked over by Moo not playing the offlane.
Yeah,
So
I think
like
Centaur actually played pretty good. To be
Centaur
honest.
played well enough. Like
yeah, he played pretty well. I'm like I said, I questioned some of his items, but other than that, yeah.
like his Vanguard should have been faster than 14 minutes when he won his lane, but
Oh, he had. Oh yeah, this I recall this. He had the gold for Blink at about 11 minutes in. He decided to buy Vanguard over it. He had the entire Blink money saved.
oh, why did he
I
buy
was
that?
looking at that. I don't know why he did, but he did. He was sitting on Blink cash. He didn't buy Blink.
Okay,
Well,
I'm fine
I
with it.
can't explain that, but I can say it happened.
All right, let's take a look at game number 2 though.
sure.
This game was a little different.
Yeah, looking at the
I'd
goal
say it
graph,
was very
up and
different
down.
because Game 1 was Turtle Fest. This
Yeah.
game was team fights all the time, every time.
Yeah, this game was a lot harder because our this time both of the safe lanes had a good game. So like accepted and not dumpstered the top lane with their Undying and Ursa nastiness.
Somehow I got 57 CS in the first 10 minutes against
Yeah,
Brewmaster.
Yeah,
I don't know how.
You can't, you don't lose charges with overpower if you
Oh, I
miss.
know.
So it's pretty easy to
But
CS with Brew.
he didn't use Drunken Haze on me except like 4 times in that entire lane. I was like so happy but so confused.
I believe
then-
he skilled it at level 3, which
He skilled
took
level
a
1.
while.
Level 1.
No, he did.
Yep.
What
He
the
didn't even-
fuck?
Okay.
I didn't see him use it till like level 3. The fuck?
He used it at level 1, and when I was at 7 CS. I remember that because I looked at the top and I was like 7, not 8. I'm fucking killing myself. But I was very confused.
Alright, my rundown of lanes, by the way. Top, bottom, safe and bot went really well, but top was kind of weird because, like, fucking. Except, yeah, you got loads of last hits, but the Brewmaster actually had just as many last hits as Gyro.
Wait.
Yeah.
Wait, how many last hits did he have in the first 10?
I believe when you had 30, everyone else had about like 15, both mids. Everyone just had about 15.
I'm gonna look at 10 minutes. He had 35. Schizo had 36. Action Jackson had 35.
Yeah, around
Okay.
about that.
Wizard had 20. Smack had 36. I had 57.
Yeah, you were like significantly above everyone else, and everyone else is in the same kind of tier.
Yeah, bot lane was super hard because the IO kept spamming his W and the Gyro kept spamming his crap because the IO got a soul ring. It was just super hard to play into. We got a couple kills on the IO. I think we got 1 kill on the Gyro. Our lane definitely went better than their off lane win, but it was still just horrible. Like I got like a 17-minute blink. That's so bad for me. Like I want like a 12 or 14-minute blink on that era.
Yeah. It's
What happened is Bear kept on going just a little bit out of position against Jarario, and when you're at a little bit out of position, you're really out of position.
he's-
against
Well,
that.
Iresia did the same thing top. Like, she would get a little out of position versus an Ursa
Yeah.
and just get shredded.
Yeah.
But the thing is, that happened like once or twice on the Witch Doctor. On the bottom lane, that happened so much it got to the point where a fucking Wizard on Centaur had to worry about it because like he just got so much kill gold.
Yeah.
He was like top net worth 15 minutes in, mainly off kill
It
gold.
was very hard to play into that.
He earned 7,500 gold from kills that game.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I'll believe it, but yeah, Jesus.
And also my mid lane match strat is Morphling 1 mid hard.
I have no idea how Smack won mid. Like,
I was watching this. He's getting last hits. He's taking a shit ton of damage for it. But fucking Action Jackson did not buy anywhere near enough regen.
Yeah,
were-
Smack,
they
Smack
were-
would say in our chat, like, hey, I don't know why he's not buying fucking regen, and I am, and he's dying for it.
They were exactly even at 12 minutes. Exact same.
Yeah, but the thing is, you don't see is Action Jackson went to Fountain at 3 minutes, so Smack had a level advantage the entire game.
No, at 12 minutes, he has 80 more XP than the Morphling.
Okay, look at it at like 7 minutes, because that's Smack started roaming around about 9ish.
Yeah,
I think the way that should have gone is Jackson spanks the morph. Like
I
that
should have
should
gone.
not be a Drew lane. That should be a
I agree.
spank.
Yeah.
Uh,
No,
I mean-
I think that's more an Action Jackson playing it really poorly, though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
I
we
can't
think that
comment and didn't watch.
well, that's what I heard from Smack. Like, he's playing this the complete wrong way.
Yeah. And then later in the game, we just had to jump on either the Brewmaster or the Skywrath or Io, honestly, and then just try to ignore everyone else. And when the
Honestly,
fights,
fights went way better when you focused Gyro and just got Flack on Morphling to kill everyone else.
yeah,
From my
Well,
perspective.
I couldn't focus Gyro once he got the butterfly, which was really difficult for me
Yeah.
until I got my MKB, which is 10 full minutes later.
You
So they had
got
10
that just for the final fight, and I remember you swapped out boots for it.
I didn't swap out boots for it. What?
You did, like, you swapped out boots first, and then you swapped in your boots and mask thing.
Okay.
It was like a weird thing. I actually remember that.
Yeah, but it was an entire 10 minutes that they were completely ahead and they had full map advantage until
Right.
I got my MKB.
So I have to ask, because I'm just looking at the towers and barracks thing. So how did this game end? Because looking at this, it
How did
looks
this
like a
game
base
end?
race. Because both
A
teams have all the
giant
racks.
fight. A
did we
giant.
actually lose all 3 of our racks? What the hell?
Yeah, both teams have lost all the racks, and
We
both
didn't lose
tier
all our
4s.
racks.
Oh,
That's
so it's
that's
incorrect
gotta be a
then.
bug.
Okay, so it's incorrect. All right,
That's-
that makes more sense.
either- They had at least like
They had like
tier
42
4s left.
racks. Yeah.
We didn't get mega'd.
Yeah,
You didn't
we
get
did.
megas. I think you had bot lane. No, you lost bot
Has to
lane.
be
You had
Bugged in.
It's so weird.
maybe the top racks died at the very end to creeps or some shit. That's my best
There's no
guess.
way
I'm
bottom
No,
looking-
it seems to just be bugged. Yeah, it's bugged.
All right.
That's weird.
Yeah. The game was just really hard to play into the Gyro IO combo, just because they're so fast, dude.
They were haste move speed for most of the game.
Yeah, it was
Permanently?
horrible, dude.
Yeah, the last tower they killed was Dire tier 2 middle.
Yeah,
That's weird.
it's just bugged. We'll just disregard it.
The game ended because we got in a fight near our top racks. I throw down a Centaur ult with Ags, so we're all taking a bunch of reduced damage right off the bat. Smack goes in there, gets the Gyro morph available, and just destroys.
I'm gonna
the
just
entire
mention
fight.
you don't mention it here, but Bear baited them so hard on Silencer. They committed way too hard for Bear because
Yeah, he did.
Gyro just went right on top of him, and then it's just easy Centaur stun, easy Ursa, and more follow up, and everyone is
Yeah.
dead.
Everyone was dead in like 5 seconds. It was really terrifying. And then what
I was terrified of that morphling at the end. I was like, what the fuck?
and then we just smack the T2, smack the T3, and then
Smack the T4.
Smack realizes that we should smack the T4s.
He had a DD on Morphling, so the tower died in about
A second and a half.
yeah. He actually killed he killed the bottom racks too with a DD.
Yeah. I think that was earlier in the game, though.
That
Way earlier in
was
the game.
that was like 35 minutes in, I think.
I don't think it was 35 minutes in, but
It was around about the 30s, I feel. Maybe 40s.
we killed.
I got
I'm looking for tier 3 bottom. Where's Radiant tier 3? Oh, 36, you're right.
Hey.
Yeah, we got the bot racks early, and then we had to buy back at our bottom racks because they started pushing in, and then we all just sat around for about 5 minutes because that's how Dota works now.
I think the game pretty much could be summed up to: you fight, someone has to buy back, and the only time the constant back and forth fighting stopped was basically when everyone was dead and neither of you wanted to fight.
Yeah,
or people wanted to get BKBs up, and you just started being passive for a little bit.
Yeah, this game was classic ping pong Dota. You just get up to their racks, people buy back, then you get spanked. They go to your racks, you buy back, then everyone sits around for a while, and then the whole process starts over again. Someone maybe gets roached somewhere in there, or a tower, or whatever. It was just ping pong, like near the end of the game.
Yeah, like before the game-ending fight, you guys pushed down mid, I believe, and you got pretty wrecked, to be honest, because Jar killed most of you, and you had to buy back for that final fight, I believe.
We didn't buy back for the final fight. We bought back for the fight before.
No. Oh yeah. Yeah, and you were getting MKBs and stuff for the final fight.
It was
All right, looks like we're pretty much going in circles on what we're saying now. So let's close it out here. So Nalagon, do you have any closing thoughts, any callouts, or any shoutouts you'd like to make?
Well, Schizo did bloody carry the game for Moo pretty much on his entire shoulders. However, at the end of the game, he bowled out for Scotty, so he did a hell of a lot. And then he also kind of threw the game a little bit. So it's like, But he did really good overall, though. Also, Moo bowled out for BKB. They bowled out too much at the end. That's all I really got to say in terms of shoutouts and stuff.
All right, Wizard of Chaos.
Shout out to my team. Shout out to Bear especially because he did a great job in both of my lanes. He died a little much game too, but what can you do? It did a great job. Shout out to what's their name? 5 Normies, 1 Weeb for a fun and engaging series. That neither game was a stomp. Like that was about 100 minutes of really fun Dota. Shout out to Action Jackson especially for being the most annoying goddamn player on their team both games. For me particularly.
And he just went around solo killing people with Scarif. So
oh god, the Scarif and Andalina. Very, very, very sad. But yep, that's it.
All right, accepted.
Shout out to Gohan. I love that boy. He was gone. Sad. Shout out to Moo. I didn't want to call him out this week. Shout out to Nate Higgers on their team. Terrible name.
Jesus.
I'm not sure if that's allowed, actually.
Yeah, Smack was saying that during the draft. Don't worry. Shout out to Arisia. She's great.
All right.
As a person.
Yep. Is that all?
Wait. Calling out whoever I face next week. Okay, I'm good.
All right. Thanks a lot for joining me, guys. Hope you had fun playing some Dota, and I believe you guys have 8 wins now. So
8-6, yeah.
Yeah. So next week to secure the playoffs,
I just have to go 1-1.
Yeah.
If anyone wants to see Game 2 Ping Pong Dota, you can see that on my Twitch.
Get me out, dude.
It's on the VOD.
Get him out.
All right. Thanks.
Peace.
Did that.
I'm gonna give subject is supposed to be up next. I'm gonna give him about like 20 seconds maybe, and then we're gonna skip him and go for Minna. Bit unfortunate, but it does look like he is not gonna show up right now, so we are gonna move on over to Minna series, which we have here.
Hello.
Hello, guys. It looks like subject's not showing up right now, so we are moving on to your series, which I also casted, so I will have some insight on this.
Oh, thanks for the cast. Saw you in the lobby.
Yeah, you'll be able to watch the VODs if you'd like afterwards.
Thanks, bro.
So yeah, talk to me about this game number 1 here.
I don't even remember what happened in the series.
Game number 1 was when you played Void and you got dumpstered.
Oh, I remember this.
And Nutty
Yeah, I think
Pizza
this game.
Bristol.
I think this game one came down to that one play where you had 4 people like taking a shrine or whatever, and your Bloodseeker is just like, your Bloodseeker just like hitting neutrals for some reason. So I
was
kill him.
telling Kingfisher that's where that game went south. Was that top shrine fight?
Yeah, and then your Tiny TP back for some reason, which I think was like actually the Bloodseeker farming is probably okay. Tiny TPing back was really game losey.
It was a buyback to TP back, I think, too.
No, it was just a straight TP, and like I remember this. Yeah, because it was just like a straight TP. So you guys were trying to fight 3v5 or 3v4, and then I just time walk over. I don't know. After that, fights get easier.
Yeah, what happened a lot this game, from my point of view as a caster, was that Radiant did not have the proper vision set down when they were trying to do objectives, and Dire was really on top of the vision coming into it, and Tiny's target selection was not good in the fights. This Lina did not take HP talent, and she would have died in one combo for 35 minutes this game.
Oh, yeah, that reminds me. Dude, I was supposed to be playing fucking Lina, but A fucking took my hero.
He doesn't play Lina, dude. This guy doesn't play Lina.
He didn't realize we couldn't swap in lobbies, so yeah, he ended up playing Lina.
Oh, and it was the same with Weaver. Also extremely squishy. He never went on Weaver either in the fights, and instead he would kill Silencer after Global, or just kill Witch Doctor. And that just means Tiny's like out of the fight, not doing anything with his skills on cooldown, and no important target is taken down. So I think that was really important, and also the vision for the fights was really never in Radiant's favor, because I was so sure Radiant had this at 20 minutes. But then the mistakes happen.
I don't know. The thing is, their cores are like they don't scale at all. Tiny doesn't scale. No.
It was a very timing lineup. We took a tier 3 at 19 minutes. We fucking threw.
Yeah, all you needed for that shrine, like if you actually just take the shrine there with proper vision, which you did not have because you didn't see Mina, as well as the Tiny misplaying, of course. You would have taken that shrine, and then you secure Roshan with the superior vision as well over
That's
that area,
what we were calling for too.
You win. You actually win the game.
It was going to be shrines and Rosh. That was the play.
Yeah, it was really sad to watch as a caster. But yeah, Kingfisher, you're being awfully quiet. Talk to me.
Oh, well, I mean, my captain's here. Why would I be talking? I'm some Ancient 5 trash.
It's much like
I'm
me.
a Legend 4 that won lane against me.
Well, okay,
and drew the first game.
If you want my perspective, I realized it's Tiny was just constantly blink comboing me, and I also got like not really flamed, but just picked on by Mina throughout the game. So so I was like, all right, I'm just gonna buy cheap stats. Like you might have thought my items were weird, but it was just trying to prevent like this Tiny from comboing me. Like I had like strength treads.
Yeah,
and like Jonathan Halberd or some shit. Like
I mean, it wasn't directed to you. It's just you were the unlucky one. You were just because fucking A died like 3 or 4 times too to like pretty obvious Tiny ganks. It was like pretty retarded.
Yeah, and the 15 talent.
Yeah.
I actually praise your item build, Kingfisher. I was a big fan. I'd say Glimmer Cape's pretty good if you don't want to get comboed by Tiny. Magic Resistance, pretty useful.
Yeah, I was actually considering that, but then we already had like 2 Shadow Blades by the time I was thinking about buying it.
Yeah, but I mean, you had 2 Shadow Blades and a Weaver. Like, they're always gonna have detection anyway. So.
Yeah.
But Glimmer Cape's still good because of the magic resistance. It felt like they were sort of slacking with the detection later on when they bought the gem on Nutty Pizza. They were slacking with the detection a lot.
Gems.
Yeah. Yeah, the play you made, you bought the second one, and then you ran in like alone into 4 heroes and just died. That was
we were pretty untailed at that point. We weren't,
but
we kind of knew the game was over.
It did set up a 4-man avalanche, was pretty cool, but it's a bit too late at that point.
I personally wouldn't pick Tiny for your first round pick. I think the hero just scale hard enough.
Yeah, no, he plays a really mean Tiny, and the whole point of that draft was kind of just general like misdirection. I mean, assume you thought that Tiny was off lane, right?
For the most part, I knew he played Tiny, so like that's like the advantage of the hero, right? But yeah, I assumed
Dude, I don't know, man. I
Oh yeah,
Tiny
that's the other thing. Why did you
everyone
last pick
played me.
Bristle to Silencer Void? That actually made no sense.
And Witch Doctor, but the whole point is to like give the Bloodseeker a really good lane because you with a Bristle like in lane he can get such high thirst and secure usually a bad lane. I don't know. It's just
No, it makes sense with the IO Bristle.
And with
strong
Yeah,
combo.
I mean, IO Bristle's annoying, but I don't know. I think Void and Silencer is a little too
Also,
much.
picking IO into a silencer was kind of strange because I remember listening to all the casters at TI saying that like now silencer is like the biggest counter to IO like possible.
Oh, that was our Crusader player,
but
and
I
you
mean-
banned his CM, so we picked
Oh, I
that
see.
hero.
But
That works
if
with
you
the idea I had.
if you don't use relocate, you can't use global to counter it.
Truths, amen.
I
That's
think he used it once.
yeah. I was
But
talking
it's
about
so hard to
when-
use anymore.
Yeah.
No, he should 100% use. There was a point where Minna was solo killing the Bloodseeker, and I'm just calling for a relocate.
Yeah,
Minna's
reload
Mask
would've
of
been good there.
Madnessing. He used Mask of Madness too, and it's just no relocate. I was actually getting mad because
I mean, I saw my team there, so I just assumed that they'd be able to stop it. But yeah, I probably shouldn't have masked there. Like
Yeah.
I probably should have just held mask and then like waited for a TP or a reload and then chronoed for it.
Wait,
But
was that when you
whatever.
killed Bloodseeker at
the ancients.
or-
Yeah.
Also, regarding the Bristle pick being bad, that's very true. But like, I also itemized for it. I had a relatively early Lotus to take all this stuff off.
I want to see a hood on you, dude.
I know,
If
I
you
was
listen
gonna
to
go
the
back
cast,
for
I just wanted to see a hood. Also, no BKB on Bloodseeker. I was not happy with the Radiance at all.
Oh
That had
no,
to be
no.
BKB.
I think honestly, the most of the game was probably on that because even before the game started, like this is a really good BKB game. I think we should really consider BKBs. Then he already had his blade mail and was farming well. I'm like, okay, just a reminder, this is a good BKB game. He's like, I'm gonna go Radiance. Okay, I'm not gonna question like a player in the game that feels confident about
I
something.
don't know. I feel like all three of our cores plus a silencer, we like all right click. I feel like a halberd probably would have made better sense. Like instead of a BKB,
he
like
just does. He just Halberd doesn't save him from anything because there's still so much magic damage. He's not gonna survive if he doesn't buy BKB.
Yeah.
Which we saw. He
Like,
always just
your
died.
radiance isn't gonna help against like a Weaver who goes Mal or MKB, and a Lino who can also go MKB, and a Void who can also go MKB.
Yeah, I
and it's not
forgot
gonna help
Social
against.
wanted 24-minute MKB because he had the gold or some shit. He just randomly bought it.
It just makes sense to buy BKB because Dire is all squishy heroes too. Because if you just survive their burst, you can actually just kill them.
Huh.
Yeah.
All right.
Also, he kept rupturing me. Like it doesn't work, dude. You can just time walk it off.
Yeah.
Tell him next time he plays Bloodseeker not to rupture Void. It's kind of a waste.
Yeah, the Weaver was I think would have been the target most of the times, but like there's one I remember when you guys are pushing mid, like he ruptured the Weaver and Weaver just stood there and hit racks.
Yeah, that was too late though. That's
Yeah, we after the fight at the top shrine and then the 2 or 3 buybacks that came with nothing gained, we were just kind of morally defeated there.
yeah. It didn't look pretty after like about 30 minutes in.
Yeah,
maybe.
no, that lineup was very timing based, and we fucked it up. That was literally the call we were making: Shrine and then Roche, and we fucked up at the Shrine, so we never got the Roche and never got the control back there. We thought we were further ahead too. If you look at that graph, it's actually really close the whole time until it takes off for the Dire.
Yeah, but I mean, how your lineup worked is even though you're not that far ahead, you're actually so much stronger than them. They actually can't fight you unless they get super good chronos with the global.
Mm-hmm.
Secure it because I mean the Tiny just instantly kills Weaver or Lita, but it unfortunately didn't happen. So, all right. Do we have any more thoughts on game number 1?
Nah, not really. Pretty straightforward. I think after that fight.
Rain just wants to talk about game 2.
Huh? Yeah, I have actually nothing to say about game 2. I think it's pretty self-explanatory.
So let's get into game number 2, which the draft was changed up a little bit here with the.
Yeah, so the way the game 2 draft went, I asked my team what they wanted to play, and they told me the hero, and I picked it, and that's how it went. Literally all my heroes. We actually managed to get like a semi, like, reasonable draft out of it, which I was pretty surprised about. But it was like a lot of random ass heroes that we hadn't really played.
Yeah, it was definitely some interesting things. I'd say, I think you guys did a really good job when you had the map control. You were really good just shutting down this TB. He was 0, 5, and
Yeah.
2
He
at
was,
like
he
30
was really
minutes.
sad.
And he wasn't killing that many creeps either.
But I don't know. That game, I think after we won game 1, we were at 11 wins, right? So at that point, we were just kind of like, well, we're guaranteed playoffs, so we kind of did whatever.
I mean,
Yeah,
you
my
were
brain
guaranteed
was-
playoffs before before the series started.
Wait, I thought 10 wins wasn't technically guaranteed.
No, 9
could
wins.
still-
No,
is
9
9
wins is
wins. Yeah.
guaranteed.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess we should have thrown game 1 too. I guess whatever. Dude.
No, then we'd have to play Bubs next week.
Oh dear. I wonder if
Oh.
Bubs is gonna do the same thing. Probably not.
We're gonna
Nah,
try
that
hard.
team. Yeah, that
All
team
the
does not
time.
take losses well, apparently. So they're probably gonna keep playing.
Now next week we maybe get to pick some fun stuff.
Yeah, I know my team's not gonna try next week because we're gonna dodge that bye.
Oh, how will you end up with a bye?
No, it's for the playoffs. Like, get the top 6 teams or something
Yeah,
of each
top 6.
division gets like a bye.
Yeah.
Man, I was so happy we won, but how do I say I'm happy about a game where you didn't care?
No, I'm sorry, man.
I mean, they
I don't know,
still
I feel
played.
like I feel like
series.
we could
They
have
still- yeah.
done better if like I cared more about Vision. But like at some point, I just like my slots were full, and I just like stopped caring about buying smokes and wards and stuff.
I
Yeah,
mean,
I don't
you're
know, I
about,
turned my brain off
one
for
less
sure.
ward. You're about one less ward on Dire, so.
And I
wouldn't
called
say
that
you
it was
didn't
going to
play
be a
good.
safe lane OD. My team's like, no, it's not. It's going to be a safe lane arc.
What the hell? Why? That makes no sense.
Well, Mikkel thought it was a safe lane arc too. I think
Yeah.
it was because of the
Because the TB
something
pick.
about the arc
The
TD. match.
TB, yeah. The TB fucked up. He didn't buy sticks, so he actually didn't win the lane.
OD's so good against Underlord too, because it just makes it not nearly as good to buy the shit you like to buy, like Crimson and Pipe.
Odie used to be the pit lord counter until Hero stopped being good.
Yeah. 200 mana cost Q seems good.
You know,
What were your thoughts on this game, Mikkel?
My thoughts, you could
Yeah.
watch the VOD, find out.
Shit, you're right, dude.
Yeah, my
I
thoughts
was actually in the middle of watching the VOD, but I got pulled into this thing, so blame yourself.
Oh,
I thought
okay.
our Bane and Jakiro played very well. They screwed up like
Right.
an initiation one time, but other than that, I thought our supports
Yeah,
did
this-
really well that game.
This Bane took every kill, dude. Dude, I'm imagining being this boy, dude, and this Bane is just taking like 5 of his kills in a row. Like, sure, Bane managed to get an Ether Lens, so it's like this Void could have had much better item timings. This is Bane getting the kills.
Our Void was like, I'm having a really good lane. I think I want to go Midas. I'm like, if you want to, and he didn't, so that makes me happy.
Yeah, I mean, the same cost you get a Mask of Madness. It was pretty funny when he's using the Chrono on the axe. He's just hitting him. His axe is spinning. He actually has to back out. That's actually so much fun.
Yep, can stop time, but not.
Axe is
counting
a
Deathstroke's.
Axe is good hero, dude.
Yeah.
Very strong.
As long as you get a good lane for him. The hero from behind is pretty fucking sad.
Is it though? Like
Yeah.
people are doing like support Axe and stuff. You don't actually need that much item.
Dude,
Yeah,
I
but if
watched
he
the,
doesn't, he needs to win you a lane though.
I mean, it's pretty hard to deal with the creep cut. Like, I don't think you can actually lose lane as Axe these days.
It depends. Like this Bane could have played it with the Nightmare if he goes for creep cuts. Just
No,
Nightmare
he
never
did,
came.
but then at some point I learned that he was doing this to stop him from aggroing creep, so I just auto-attacked the axe every single time that happened.
Yeah. So it's obviously up to those things too, but that puts Puck in a
Yeah.
bad position as well. So
I was
That,
watching
dude. Who cares about
the-
Puck being in bad position? Puck is just, he's a good hero, man. He's strong.
This meta is all about like you can't. There's very few supports out there that trade with like an ogre, so people are taking the fucking axes, running them as a support. I watched a PSG game from yesterday, earlier today, and they ran a fucking position 4 centaur who was slaying in lane.
yeah.
All right, I don't think LGD counts. They just pick random shit, dude. I saw that fucking
They played DP the next game.
Chaos
Yeah,
Knight,
but
then
we
Turbo.
just-
or
CK,
something.
yeah, FY position 4 CK.
Yeah, I think they're just better than everyone else. I wouldn't really take anything away from their drafts, to be honest. I think they're just
Dude,
outskilling.
that position 4 Centaur looks so legit. It's like a position 4 Slardar, but way better.
Just, oh my god.
I don't know about better.
Dude, the CK Agatives with Terrorblade on your team.
Yeah, that
though.
was actually hilarious. Dude, that Shaker in that game just kept dying to only illusions. It's pretty depressing to watch.
Yeah. Feels Sweden, man. You were
Yeah.
playing Alliance, I believe, so.
Oh yeah, I was told from Hatch that apparently Mikkel didn't like my skill build on Puck. Apparently,
Oh,
like
he-
not
he-
getting phase shifts or
Yeah,
something.
you didn't go phase shift at all.
Yeah, it's like if you're support and you're not leveling as hard, like you kind of just fall behind on burst so fast. And also phase shift sucks in this game, dude. Like what am I ever gonna phase shift out of? Like if you phase shift in front of like Underlord, he's just gonna root you. Same thing
I
with
mean, you
Jakiro.
phase shift to get better trades. Like, where's the Bane? Right? You dodge a right
How?
click, you just win the
That
trade.
is not dodgeable. Like
No, you don't. It's not. It's the right clicks and stuff. It actually matters because
Yeah.
your cooldown is a lot lower.
wait, all right. What is the range of Bane? Bane's like 400, right? What is Puck range? Go to
Bane has longer range. No, sorry, Puck has longer range. But you right click it because you're gonna be hitting each other this lane, right? And you're
Yeah.
gonna win the trade if you use the phase shift.
wait. So you would recommend phase shift level 1? Like
No, I think it was fine what you did with the orb to get the ward off early. That was good.
level 2?
Yeah, you could go for level 2 because you're not gonna have kill potential with the level 1 silence on the void probably anyway. And then you
Huh.
probably go 2 points in silence. And you end up 2-1, I'd say, by 5. Makes
I
sense. to
feel
me.
like face is just so value. Disjoint something. I don't know if we had anything disjointable.
No, you didn't really have anything to disjoint, but it helps you trade a lot, I'd say. 'Cause,
Yeah,
Puck deals a lot of
it's
damage.
good just
but-
for taking. Yeah, it's just good for taking trades. Like you get to
Yeah.
dodge auto attacks, and it's like I don't know. It's like a 6-second cooldown or 4 seconds or whatever. Pretty
Yeah, it's
good.
a 6-second cooldown. I experimented it a bunch, and like my build naturally went towards just like not taking phase shift until like really late. But
Yeah. I mean,
maybe I'll try it.
I can see the
Yeah.
reasoning for your build as well. Higher nuke damage, of course, makes sense. We haven't really talked too much about this game, what actually happened in it. But
I mean, I don't really like I said.
no
I was
one.
my brain was pretty turned off for that game, so I don't really remember what happened. I just remember running at people and buying back.
Just
Yeah.
remember, I'm
That's
always
so
gonna
sad.
remember beating Mena in lane.
Yeah.
It's written on Dota buff. It's a thing.
Jakiro is pretty annoying for Odie to deal with in lane, I'd say.
Yeah.
Yolri,
It's actually so good against that lane. They were
Yeah,
so low HP.
attack speed debuff especially.
Especially because he's just going to orb. He was 2-0-3 on Mina, right? And he just can't attack at all when he has 2-0-3 on Jakiro. Yeah, he went
I think there
2-0.
was a bit of a to it too, because once the debuff runs out, it's really easy to kill. But I don't know. I wasn't really paying attention, to be honest.
So, is there anything we can take away from this game?
Hopefully try next series.
It depends. Do you want to buy or not? You might actually get a buy anyway.
I mean,
'cause you
Mina
have
doesn't
11
really
months.
care.
Yeah. How many teams get a buy? 6?
Like as long as you can
16.
find a scrim, I don't think it's that big of a deal.
Yeah, I don't
maybe
think
you
you're
can
gonna
scrim one of the
get.
teams.
I think
Get a
you've
buy.
probably got a buy guaranteed.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean,
But-
I think if we might not if we like lose the rest of our games, but
I don't know. 11
know.
wins. It's
Yeah.
definitely
Yeah,
around
there's only
there.
one
had
series
8.
left, right?
Now
Yours-
So
I-
the
SLS
rest of
is
our
too
games
good.
is literally 2 games.
Yeah, I think you have two good
Envy-
SLS. You'll get it. I think.
Does anybody know how Envy series went?
1-1.
1-1. All right,
Yeah,
so
but
he's got 10
I-
wins too.
Yeah, I'm
What
gonna
about
have to
Bubs?
move it on.
Oh, they
guys.
played Bond.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm gonna have to move it on here. This is definitely taking way too long talking about
Yeah.
like nothing. So,
all right, yeah,
all right.
All right, man. Thanks for having us.
all
right,
yeah.
later.
Good night.
All right. Now we got the real subject. All right, we'll ping him. Ping subject. There we go. Subject. Hello, subject.
Yep.
You only played a single game?
Yep. They I guess I don't know if their team and their captain weren't communicating, but Daywalker messaged me at like 8:30 asking if we could only play game 2, that they would forfeit game 1. And I was like, sure. So I just told my team like, hey, you guys can go just do whatever you want until 9:40 and then be here 5 minutes early. And then I guess like a few minutes before 9, I was getting pinged that apparently his team had already secured a stand-in since like 8 p.m. or before. Like Vinyl already knew they had a stand-in since like 7:50 or something. And I don't know if they didn't tell their captain or something, but basically they agreed to a forfeit. And then their players were like, "Nope, we're ready to go." And I was like, "Yeah, that's not happening because my players aren't here at all. They're literally like Dorman went and played a full pub. In the meantime, Harvey literally just left because we were only going to play one game. So he actually just went out because we were going to play Zero Tech instead of Harvey for this game. And so they were like, "Oh, can't we start like just play 2 games starting at 9:45?" I'm like, it's pretty late. And Joel is like in so far east. He's like an hour ahead. That would put him at like 1 a.m. going to bed on a work night. So we just took the forfeit since they had already agreed to a forfeit. It was within our rights to take the game 1 forfeit. So we only played game 2.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty. I mean, they wanted to play 2 games starting at like almost 10 when their captain had already agreed to a forfeit. So, I mean, that's more their captain's fault than the player's fault because apparently they already had a stand-in and he just didn't know.
Yeah, I don't know if you've read the subreddit, but there's been a lot of interesting posts by this team on the subreddit. There's like 3 of them.
Oh no, I don't
Yeah.
really. I actually, honestly, I forgot that this league has a subreddit.
Okay.
I'd never check it.
It's there's some interesting stuff. Might be some internal issues with that team. But yeah, that sets you up at what are you, 9 wins now?
8. I think we were 6-6. What are we at?
Where
What the
you?
hell? Where was
No,
I? I don't actually know what our
you
score
won
is.
one to us 2 weeks ago. How did you do last week?
We got 0-2. We 2-0.
Oh, okay.
Got 2-0'd. Yeah.
Got to okay, so 8 wins then.
Yeah, 8-6, I believe.
Yeah, okay. I mean, so just 1 win and you secure playoffs. How do you feel?
Should be easy. Who do we play? Are the matchups
I
up?
do not believe so. I don't check what I do to show, so.
Oh, fucking useless admins. Yeah, I don't know if they're up. Well, anyways, I don't know who we play, but considering their score is going to be as bad as ours, I'm sure we can secure a win. I don't see why we wouldn't be able to. I don't really know what this team did like this week with their draft. It was highly questionable.
They did the Magnus Tusk before and won.
I heard about that. Basically, Joel told us exactly what they were going to pick, like 1 ban in. I'm pretty sure their bans were like just meme bans. They banned like the lowest win rate heroes, I guess, in Dota from the bottom up.
Who was the drafter?
Shmurda, I believe, stole draft from Daywalker.
Yeah, that was also mentioned on the subreddit.
Yeah, I don't know why Shmurda took. We noticed that. I was like, hey, their captain isn't drafting, and I wasn't sure if like that's their drafter or if he was straight griefing him because of the whole, Daywalker basically told us that they were forfeiting game 1 when the rest of the team wasn't on board. But yeah, Joel was like, they're gonna draft the position 1 Tusk, and they're gonna empower him, and they're probably gonna want another steroid. So that was, he basically told us exactly what 3 of their picks were. It was like the Tusk, Magnus, and Invoker. I think we already knew about.
Yeah. And yeah, you managed to stomp this game. So I mean, this didn't mean much to you probably, but it is.
No, yeah, the game was like, as soon as they picked it, like when we saw that they, like, it's basically this thing where like it could maybe work, but then they picked techies, and that kind of made it not work at all because then they had like Tree and Tusk, which, I mean, you kind of like the combo is basically like you shards into a punch and then you can't like get out of shards, but they're against a Phoenix. So if you get like, if either of the heroes get fire spirits, you actually just can't auto attack anymore because Tree has such like he's just so slow at punching.
Yeah.
And then Techie's like I basically just let Cesario solo bot because Techie's right clicks for like 10 damage against a stout.
Yeah.
So I just pulled the whole time, and they were super under leveled, and it was just a full stomp. I don't see how they could have ever recovered the game.
All right,
But
so
it's pretty disappointing, I think, like for our team.
yeah, I mean, especially because they were at a decent score that could make playoffs, and now they're basically out of it after this.
Yeah, well, it was also disappointing for I think Cesario was like, it's been like 10 days since our last RD2L match, and we show up for this shit. So yeah,
You're
I mean,
starting
it's
later
kinda
too.
true.
You know, you just pumped up, eager to just play Dota.
Yeah, basically, we came in, we had some issues getting people to be here, so people kind of like had to move plans around to like actually just make it. And then they were like, all right, we're going to forfeit. And then people were like, okay, well, fuck it. I'll just go on with my plans that, I had anyways. And then they're like, never mind, we're not forfeiting. So yeah, it was just a whole clusterfuck going on.
Yeah, okay. So do you have any closing thoughts or any shout outs or call outs you'd like to make?
I'm pretty sure this team is disbanding. I don't see why they would play after that. I mean, I think you said they can't make it anymore, right?
No,
They're
I
6 and 8.
think, yeah, they can make it. I'm not sure. I haven't looked at their SOS. 8 wins will make it with the strong SOS.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, honestly, like if they're having that many internal issues, I don't see why you wouldn't just disband. To be entirely honest, I don't know. The thing is, I can't tell with like people in RD2L. Like, are they memeing or, sometimes I just feel lost. Like who's actually trolling and who's legitimately pissed off sometimes.
Yeah, that can definitely be an issue in online
Yeah.
communities.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Overall, GG to my team. Well played, and I guess they at least showed up for one game. So GG to Daywalker, regardless of whatever was going on in their comms.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for taking the time anyway, despite not having too much of a game.
Yeah.
Hope to see you get that 1W next week to secure the playoffs.
Sure hope so. Get that squeak the win and get in the playoff.
Exactly. Yeah. Thanks a lot.
All right. Later.
We got USS Guam coming up, as well as Soundproof, I believe.
Hello.
Hello. I'm joined by Soundproof and USS Guam.
Howdy.
You are.
I am indeed.
Graced with our presence.
Precisely. Yeah. So, how did you guys do tonight?
We toured, poggers.
Soundproof has taken over the reins and led our team to a glorious victory.
All right. So, how did you take this game number 1?
Let's pull this shit up.
What happened? These guys don't pick carry heroes, so you just gotta worry about like just the 3 heroes, the 3 big heroes they pick. So just ban Necro, Centaur, and Axe, and I think they were pretty lost because they didn't really know. They didn't really. I don't know, like
They tried snowballing. They picked Bloodseeker, Storm, ES, Phoenix. They just tried snowballing, and once that didn't work, the game was over after that.
Yeah, they didn't have that strong of a lane, and then they tried to like snowball with like a weak laning phase, and I don't know about that. But I don't know. My Juggernaut, I haven't played him in like 3 months. Picked Juggernaut for some reason, and I was like 20.
22 and 3.
Well, I was 20-0 until I died 3 times after we already megaed him. So that doesn't count.
They held megas pretty well, but it was kind of annoying. The game was over. I just wanted to get out and start a new game.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like the easiest game for us, Jug either. But yeah, it went pretty well for you. Obviously, you have the Empower as well.
That I picked it. I was like, why did I pick this hero?
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you see like this Phoenix and you're like, yeah, Jug's gonna be great, and then you sort of don't think about the other stuff. Like, it can be really hard playing into Shaker, Wyvern, and Bloodseeker, even Storm. Like, all those heroes can be really annoying for Jug. But yeah, when you get really far ahead, you can have a pretty good time. And obviously, you won your lane, so.
Yeah, I think
I
that's our
stand by.
team strong suit. We win the lanes, side lanes pretty well almost every game.
I remember talking about how Earthshaker Phoenix is a strong lane on this thing before. I don't think it's a strong lane once again. I defeated it once again.
Yeah.
Pretty easy.
Yeah, Phoenix, especially versus Dazzle, has some issues with no armor. Really can't turn this
Yeah.
poison touch at all. So
It's really nice.
They were mad about the dazzle.
oh really?
Yeah.
Or do they pick Dazzle a lot or what?
They wanted to pick dazzle. They wanted it real bad, but we took it from
I mean, they went for the shaker, so they left it open.
them. They were gonna pick it second. They always pick it second.
All right. Yeah, but that's you guys doing the research, knowing about that.
I don't know. Their mid player didn't seem like he was playing a very good Storm because I feel like could have done a lot better. I'm not sure if he was just playing bad. And one of their big problems was Phoenix. Like when our team died, Phoenix got all the kills like twice, like 4 kills twice.
Oh yeah.
So he
we
got
flew
all the
like 2
gold.
fights.
So that wasn't a good distribution for them coming back.
If any other like a crew got that gold, I think we would be in trouble since they are a snowballing lane. But thank God Phoenix got that. Heck, he got like 2K gold in one fight.
Yeah. He like it was like hit the egg or whatever. He swoops in, and everyone dies. They're like, "Well, how did y'all die, man?" It's ridiculous.
I wonder why they banned the Ember.
I don't know. I don't even know if we have played Ember.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't look like
Yeah, we
do.
don't.
I don't know.
Confusing.
Yeah, but such is life. Yeah, but I mean, obviously you won this game. Do you have more thoughts on this game?
Not really. Sound?
No, it was pretty straightforward.
Let's went 2 points in Blood Rage before Blood Right. Blood Right level 8. That's an oof. All right. Yeah. Game number 2. Looks a bit closer.
Yeah, game 2 is closer.
Yeah,
I thought they were in the lead pretty. I thought it was most of the game, but from the graph, it doesn't look like it.
No,
They kept picking us off.
We were leading
Yeah,
for a while. I don't even know.
I think that was just because of you were in the head of the net worth for so long.
It's gotta be because everyone kept dying. You see how many times Skywraith died? Like,
Yeah, we kept getting. We tried fighting like soundproof split with Terrorblade, and they just kept wiping us pretty much. And yeah, I kind of jumped ahead instead of talking about draft. But
we picked Axe because they wanted to pick Axe, and I don't know. Our Axe did all right in lane, but I think I don't know how many times, maybe 10 times that there's an enemy hero stationary. He blinks in and he misses the call.
yeah, he had an
happened a
off
lot.
Axe game. Last week he had a great Axe game, and then this week I think I don't know what happened.
I don't know. It must be some kind of Dota glitch. Like I don't know what
Yeah.
was going on with him.
He was lagging. That's what we're blaming on this week.
It's something like
He
that.
did really good last week, though.
How many wins are you guys at now?
We're 8-6 now.
All right. Need that last win to secure the playoffs.
So we have to just 1-1 with Gucci?
Yeah, 9 wins will 100% make it. 8 wins will be SOS, I believe.
Okay. Solid.
Yeah, I had Subject on just now who had 8 wins as well. Have you guys played? You might be playing otherwise.
We have not played Subject.
Yeah, that could be an interesting matchup.
Who's on Subject's team?
He has had like 18 different mid players. I don't know who his mid players now. He has Cesario safe lane. Cesario's been looking really strong.
Yikes.
They won my team 2 weeks ago.
Tell us the secrets of their team. How do we beat them?
Well, I lost to Cesario PA. That was really strong, but then they couldn't deal with my mid anti-mage in game 2, so
Isn't next week new patch? Like we're playing in a new patch?
In 8 days, so no, the patch will be Monday.
First round of playoffs will be on new patch.
Pog Champ.
That would be
That's gonna be
interesting.
exciting though. I mean, that's pretty cool. Everyone's gonna be trying new things.
Gyrocopter's gonna be a hero again. It's gonna be great.
I hope
Yeah,
not.
so how scary was this Arquard in this game?
Our tanker was super scared. He was wetting himself. He was crying in the tree.
Yeah. The early game, he got pushed out of mid pretty early, but
We let him keep his tower too long.
yeah, they did. It was up way too long,
I
especially if he
forgot to
rushed
kill it.
Necros. He rushed
Yeah.
Necros and didn't push it down.
Yeah, he rushed
So-
Necro, but he didn't do anything with Necro. He just continued to farm past that.
I mean, that's what you do with the Necro. You get Necro and you just farm.
Mm.
With Arquard.
I was confused about the build, but
Yeah,
everyone was
Guam
like,
kept asking, "Why's he got this side?
I didn't
That's the
understand the
build.
Necro.
That's a new build.
Necro book into Maelstrom and shit. I was like, what the fuck
Yeah.
is this?
The new build is Necro 1 Midas Mjolnir. That's
Yeah,
the
I
new
was. I mean, shouldn't you be just like pushing down lanes then?
Yeah,
Instead of
you just AFK send stuff that lies at farm.
Yeah, he was farming the jungle though this game.
Yeah, he didn't
Oh,
push
okay.
any of our towers, so I guess that's good for us.
I mean,
Like,
I think Tinker is pretty good versus this new Necro build because Tinker just defends every tower and just kills
Yeah.
the Necro book, and he doesn't care too much about tanking the Mauler death damage because he just goes back to base anyway. So it's actually pretty solid.
Earthshaker just sat in the trees for the entire game.
Yeah.
Killing Tinker over and over and over again. He got a lot of gold from that.
Shaker was probably the best player for sure, though.
Oh
he
yeah,
was, he was good.
The only
What's
reason we
this?
didn't.
The Shoshin Legion. What's this? What is this?
I forgot about Legion.
Shoshin LC? What?
Yeah, dude. Yeah, we were like, who's their carry? Oh, it's Legion. Oh.
Yeah, once it was Legion. We just had to stall the game out. Their mid game was pretty strong.
The Earthshaker got a blink before him. You know, like he was supposed to be the safe lane.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they thought they'd win the lane with it, and that's why they pick it. But yeah, didn't all work out.
I thought they would put Legion against Terrorblade, but they didn't do that.
Shaker was like their only fight though, like to start it off. Because Legion, I don't know why he never started the fight, but once we picked off Shaker, they couldn't do anything. Because we just had, if Legion dueled anyone besides Skywrath, we just throw down Sky ult, and it's kind of GG for that.
Yeah, unless Legion's in the middle of 5 of us duels someone, Axe misses the call, and Legion walks away back to base across
Oh
the river.
yeah, that
Unless
happened.
that, you know, it's
I
Legion's gotta
literally-
be alone to make it work.
I was baiting my body on bottom. He jumps from the trees, duels me, I die. And there's like 4 other heroes around him. He just gets away. I was a little tilted. That was when the game we thought we were going to lose. We were like, oh my God.
Yeah, after watching
At that moment.
after watching you guys do that a couple of times, I left you alone for like 10 minutes and came back with like a bunch of items because I was like, I'm not doing this with you. I have to drag you along.
Yeah, we decided to say, fuck it. We're just going to farm. We're not going to find anyone. We're just going to farm. And that's what we did. Then we picked off Shaker and literally won the game after that.
You kill Shaker and absolutely got nothing. Wow.
We farmed for like 15 minutes, no action. We were Gucci. They had to go on to us. I don't know why they were just sitting farming. I don't know why they were content to do that. They gave us a whole jungle and shit.
They had a wonky draft, and then they didn't like play the wonky draft like how it should be wonkily played either. Earthshaker was doing good shit though, but
yeah, Shaker was. Once we picked that off though, he had to buy back. The racks were gone. We killed him again. It was game over.
Yeah. All right. Do you guys have, I'll say to one of you first. Soundproof. Do you have any closing thoughts, any shoutouts, or any callouts you'd like to make?
I don't know. We're just superior. I seem to have injected my team with some kind of powerful serum, and
that's fake.
I don't know. They're just foaming at the mouth, ready for victory.
Guam?
Nothing. We're gonna make playoffs. I'm pretty sure we were projected to be bottom of shit's tier. Wait, what, Mikkel? Do you know starting first week predictions? We were supposed to go like 2-16 or some shit.
2-14.
2-14. Yeah, fuck all the panelists. You know, we're 8-6 now.
Yeah.
Except I don't know, I forget. Except whoever gave me a high score. Thank you.
I mean, you've been looking solid. You're almost secure playoffs.
We're making playoffs.
Oh, I haven't looked at the SOS, so I don't know. But I like the the positive attitude.
If I get screwed over by strength of schedule though, again, I would be a little pissed. I
mean,
get
it's in your hands. It's in your hands. Win one game. It's in your hands. Don't blame anyone else.
True. All right. Thanks, Mikkel.
Yep. Thanks for coming on again, guys. Yeah, I hope to see that 1W in the next week, or at least 1W, maybe even 2.
Oh yeah.
And see you guys in playoffs.
Yeah, I'll see you next week. That was pretty bad.
All right. So we got Vinyl.
Info in the end of the team.
Oh, Vinyl. I just dragged you into the live channel here.
Hello.
Wait, I don't have your series though, but I definitely marked you down. Did you post your series and then remove it?
I can get you it.
Because I definitely have you down as being now. So, did you post it? Am I dumb?
I think I deleted it by accident. There it is.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So, talk to me about this game number 1, Vinyl.
Gyrocopter, good hero. So this went how most of our games typically go, which is bad. So the side lanes lost completely. I fed probably about 4 kills to this Marana as Axe. And the Ogre Magi was top with Nugget Nick on Lifestealer. And the enemy team has a Centaur. So you can imagine how the mid-game pickoffs went. It went pretty fucking awful. Just hit the button, man. Get out of there. And then we have TA, so they're literally just all running away from us.
Yeah.
But we soldiered on. Targeted Warlock ban in the first phase. Did not know Oh Boy also plays Witch Doctor so much, despite playing pubs with him and only allowing him to play Witch Doctor. So yeah. Killer Karate, good Centaur.
Okay, but you were talking about how your drafting was gonna be better from now on, right? That's what you were talking about on your show?
I feel like this is a better overall draft. I just overlooked the Centaur.
Alright, so how do you feel about this lifesteal as a hero in general?
I think it's a niche hero at best. I view it similarly to like Juggernaut.
Okay.
Where it's not meta, but I think it's perfectly fine against Gyro and Earthshaker, and especially Witch Doctor, because you just eat all 3 of those heroes if you're.
Okay. How do you feel about a 30-minute Vladimir's offering on Gyrocopter?
I think it was certainly a good item to get then, because it allowed them to push down almost all of our towers. Because I didn't have Blink on Axe yet.
This is the weirdest thing I've seen in my life, dude. Alright, there's a Gyro with Vlads into Treads into Aghanim's.
He got that Ags, and then I got Blink, and then things went a little bad, because then I got Blade Mail, and you're hitting me with Ags.
Yeah,
I think I killed him twice almost from the Ags, just trying to hit me on the last hit.
Yeah, but this is like top 10 unexpected item builds, dude.
Wait until you see D&M Game 2.
Okay. I mean, I've seen D&M Sniper in the past. Well, would it be worse than that?
It's pretty interesting.
All
but
right.
shout out to Astrocity for being so depressed after this Ogre game that he left the Discord for about a good 10 minutes. And then asked to not play Ogre again.
Did he get Visage?
And then he got Ogre.
Oh. Dude, how did you just do that? You just crushed his soul.
I asked him if it was okay, because I wanted another hero that I know he can't play, that Nutter can, so.
Why don't you just give him Visage, make him happy?
Does he play Visage?
Dude, that was like 2 seasons ago. He played Visage every single game. I'm pretty sure it's his most played.
Visage.
Second most
it's
played.
His second most behind Shadowfiend. What the fuck?
Dude, that guy like only plays Visage in my eyes. But I haven't kept too much track of what he specifically has played this season. But I just think of him as Visage only. It was
every other team thought only, so I just gave him Jakiro a bunch of games.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but
It's
talk to me
decent
more.
against Terrorblade.
Talk to me more about this game, though. Looked like they had a solid lead for most of the game. At the end, you actually took it over, but I assume that was them like dying, trying to take like the last racks or something.
It was they almost threw it. We were holding okay because I'm being less of a Mong with my blink calls on X and getting some kills. I think the best play I made was having Lifestealer infest and then jumping the Earthshaker on the side. Because Vanilla Acoustic, good player, probably want to neutralize that threat. In any case, you probably want to kill the Earthshaker if you can easily. So we just picked him off, and then I think we got a lucky kill on the other 3. So they got sloppy at the end. They're very good at early aggression. They're good at their lanes, but they're not great at that. Cheeky play from Oh Boy, by the way. He knew I wanted some last hits. So he left the range creep. He had his Mirana not arrow it, and then he threw cask, and it bounced to me because I'm the only one there, and it's a siege creep, so it kept bouncing. And then they just killed me.
Yep.
I'm told the Mirana did not see the kill there. She thought I wouldn't be that stupid, I guess, but definitely was. I TP'd in, immediately died, had to do the walk of shame. It was great. But late game
feels bad, man.
Late game, their decision making, I don't know. It just like fell off a cliff. I don't know why there's 2 Yules here. I don't know what Yules is stopping entirely.
Axe, hello?
Yeah, but I'm not
It's
jumping.
literally the axe counter. No, that is why they buy it, so you don't kill the Mirana and call Blade Mail, dude.
They didn't use it on me. They just used it on DNM.
Okay, now that's a misplay, but you definitely buy Yules to just stop Axe from just solo killing your carry. There's nothing else you can do as a support, but just watch your carry kill himself on the Blade Mill. So you actually have to Yules the Axe. That is 100% the play.
Yeah. But
yeah, more thoughts on game 1.
Game 1, not fun game. I think the draft is fine other than this fucking Centaur, man. Vanilla Acoustic, good player. I will continue to say that. That is very true. Now that he's back on a support hero.
All right. Well, he's not playing 5 though. He's playing 4. So I think his best role is 5 still, right?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Okay. But yeah, let's take a look at game number 2.
Game 2, it is the true essence of what you boil our team down to, which is DNM save us. So let's go over this draft, all right? Ogre Magnus. Okay, that's a pretty interesting meta draft, I think. I think that's the meta right now. Magnus, good hero. Phoenix Tidehunter. Okay, so where's this Magnus going? And then an anti-mage. Now, Mikkel, if I gave you those heroes, I don't think you would assume they would be laned as they were. I think most people would assume the Magnus mid at best.
Yes.
But no, we safe lane hard carried the Magnus and sent the anti-mage DNM mid against Sniper.
Yeah, that's a fine matchup. The Sniper doesn't
He did okay. He got a kill and then he immediately died to the tower.
Yeah, it's okay, but as the levels add up, it gets a lot worse for anti-mage. He definitely has a good time before like Sniper's level 4 or so. 2 points in headshot really fucks it up.
But yeah. This is the hero. Like Astro doesn't play Phoenix, but Netter plays really good Phoenix, so I had to give him the ogre.
Yeah.
Fucking Tidehunter debut from Vinyl, awful, did terrible.
But you won the game.
I mean, we won the game because our strategy was we're gonna ravage into fucking Phoenix Egg with RP on top of it. And we're gonna bloodlust DNM's anti-mage. DNM, by the way, 23-minute Battle Fury.
Feels bad.
Into 30-minute Satanic, into Yasha, into Butterfly, into Scotty.
Okay, so overall, if that was a Manta, I don't have an issue with the items. In this game in particular, I would say you might want to look at some other items. But the big thing this game is he didn't take the Blink cast range talent, which is normally what you do as Bloodseeker, because then you don't take Rupture damage. At the level 15 talent. But you have longer
fucking
Blink range.
Bloodseeker. I swear he was a messiah. He saw blink cast range before it was even happening, and then he just would fucking rupture. And then DNM killed himself. I think that happened twice that I saw.
I don't know. Just take the 15 talent plus 400 blink range. I don't know. DNM, hello, but he won the game.
Our Legend 5 support, or Legend 4 actually, brought that up, and he's like, "Why didn't you do that?" And he's like, to be fair, DNM for the first half of this game, at the very least, was not taking this game seriously. He's over here blinking on the Witch Doctor and animation canceling last hits on him, and there was a point where the Centaur had full mana, and we were leaving a fight, and Centaur's just walking away, and DNM is just spamming his ult. Just spam canceling. It's like, okay, all right, it's this type of game. But yeah, we won despite having some long ass team fight cooldowns.
Just use one of them per team fight. It's all good.
No, it's all or nothing, man. What are you talking about? No pussy, no pussy.
It's like when you use the CM ult, you have to let it go for the entire duration. You just have to go all in.
Fucking. There was one time where Phoenix Egg was like one hit away in a late game team fight, and that's when Nugget Nick decided to arrive in RP, and we won that fight. Fuck, I love the Magnus build, by the way. Aquila into fucking Treads, Blink, Echo Saber, Daedalus. Okay, pretty normal. Vanguard.
Yeah, all makes sense to me. When you buy Abyssal Blade, you buy the Vanguard first. All makes sense.
What are you abyssaling?
Whatever you want.
What more lockdown could you need?
More lockdown.
Do you see the big dick item build on the Ogre? Brown Boots, Aether, Ags?
Is that a big dick item build?
He has nothing in the intermission. Took him 18 minutes to build an aliens.
Yeah. Okay. So what? Okay. So what actually happened here? Because they have like a huge lead at 35 minutes, and then you guys stop dying basically and just take over the game.
Oh, DNM got satanic, and then we could win fights. That's pretty much what happened. Is I had some retarded ravages, but the benefit of that is I got that BKB off of him, that fucking sniper.
Base.
I had a terrible ravage where I just wanted to. It was the BKB, like we saw it on him, and I'm like, well, I got to surprise him. I did not know I would surprise my team as well when I blink ravaged. And then I died. Pretty understandable death. And I'm just like, where's my team? And then Nugget Nick came and we killed the sniper and the Bloodseeker, and that was the turning point. I will say DNM, not a big dust of appearance buyer. Sniper got away like 5 times from fucking Shadowblade. Then he bought Aeon Disc, man.
Yep.
When you have a 20k gold lead at one point and your hard carry is buying Aeon Disc, something's gone wrong in this game.
No, it makes a lot of sense actually. You have no counterplay for an RP on you, so you have to buy it. You have to. There's nothing else you can do. You have to buy the Aeon Disc because it lets you get BKB off every time. And as long as your Aeon Disc is used on the RP, you're gonna be fine. You have to actually buy it.
I feel like you could have gone Ags on this anti-mage.
Yeah. Don't worry about the item build on DNM. He's just better than both of us.
He just did not care, man.
He's just better than both of us.
DNM is better than a 23-minute Battle Fury with a Magnus on the team.
Yeah, he didn't need an earlier Battle Fury because he had a Magnus, of course.
It should be an earlier Battle Fury. I don't think it should be a later Battle
No, he didn't need it earlier. Come on, dude.
Man, he's challenging himself.
Yeah, and then for playoffs, he's gonna take off the weighted close. It's just. Can you guys make? What are you at? 7 wins, something?
I asked DNM at the end of the game how much emotional distress we caused him, and he sent me. Let me pull it up. Some emojis. He sent me smiley and gun. I don't know how to take that, but I had fun. Nugget Nick had some fun.
All right.
But I understand it was not fun for DNF.
Yeah. Okay. But do you have any closing thoughts, any callouts, or any shoutouts you'd like to make?
Oh boy's a shitter, and I'm happy we focused him down into losing the game in game 1.
You didn't lose game 1 though.
Yeah, I know. I'm happy we lost game 1, but we still killed Oh boy a bunch.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I get it.
Most deaths in the game.
Of course.
There we go.
No, there wasn't. You had more deaths, dude. You had 12. We had 11.
I don't know what you're talking about. 11 is lower, or 12 is lower than 11.
Dude. You just lost to oh boy, dude. Don't even talk. All right.
Kills or tie try.
Well, thanks for taking the time and coming on.
Thank you, sir.
How many wins are you at?
I'm 6-8. I'm going to eliminate Moo in the upcoming week.
Okay. Eliminate Moo and everyone is happy. All right.
Have you seen your matchup, Mr. Mikkel?
No, it's probably Wise. That's what I assume.
It is Wise. You had it right.
Yeah, that's what makes the most
you'll
sense. I know. I think I'll lose because I'm gonna not try to win because I don't want to buy.
Flurry has to buy.
No, in playoffs.
This is last week.
I don't want to buy in playoffs, so I'm gonna lose next week.
What the fuck is wrong with you, man?
Buys in playoffs is fucking garbage and should never be a part of a playoff format.
I think it's better than having buy in the final week.
You're not wrong, but you can't do much about that. But maybe Daywalker disbands? Does that make it 4 teams disband?
I don't think Daywalker will disband. I think they can soldier on one more week.
All right. I guess we'll find out. But yeah, thanks for taking
they're
the time.
against Strider.
Strider looked strong early on though, but I need to move on. Okay, Vinyl? Fuck off.
Okay. See you, boy.
All right, so we got Patience as well as Frenzy coming up. I assume Target will join. Yo, Patience, is Target joining?
I don't know.
He's muted, so I actually don't know. I haven't heard anything.
No.
All right, so fuck Target. I'm good. Okay, whatever. All right, we're joined by Patience as well as Frenzy. Yep. So talk to me about this game number 1, guys.
First thing you gotta do is probably raise my volume because my whole family's asleep.
You're maxed out, my dude.
So here's the rundown. Okay, I'm doing my prep. It's 8:45. I'm actually looking at Dota buffs. And I see each game there's like a first round, first phase ban of Drow against Watts' team, and I'm confused because they never pick it, right? So I ask Badger, I ask Mr. Brightside, guys who actually look at the games, what do they think? And they say, oh, I have no clue. So I let the hero through, and they end up drawing us, and we kind of lost game 1, which is kind of rough. Also, I picked Enigma for myself, and it was kind of the worst performance I've ever had in an RD2L game.
I don't know.
If you want to see something really funny, you just watch the game, watch every black hole I canceled myself. They pick a Wyvern and to counter my Enigma, but I countered it myself. So that's my opinion on the whole game.
All right, how is the game for you, Frenzy?
I feel like, I'm playing. I can really only say from my perspective. But like mid lane against Invoker, and he went like Exort Invoker, so like once he hits like level 4 or 5, it's like almost impossible to last hit because he has 1 billion damage. So I just tried to like scrape as much XP as I possibly could, and then I kind of just went to the jungle and would like come back and forth, and then I kind of just got like Helm Dom and Medallion, and then we just ran at buildings, and then we kind of ended the game. Like we just forced things down. Even like I would kind of suicide for buildings, even because I'd come back up and we'd go do it again. We took Roche, did it again. Like that's basically what happened. We just muscled down their buildings with like Drow, Visage, Venge, and like that was pretty much that game.
I have some questions regarding Dire.
Okay.
Just in general, like, all right. So Okay, so you have a Wraith King.
Hmm.
What is this item build?
I let him build whatever he wants, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't know. I just don't know. I
Is it
just
the
don't
AC?
know.
Because
Yeah, why does he just buy an AC? If you actually just want armor, there are better items to buy to just help your team. You can also buy Crimson
Blade
Guard,
Mail.
which is like same cost.
Mhm.
Right. I think it might even be cheaper than AC.
Also, not like Slark pretty much didn't have a game at all.
Yeah, I mean it's a slow.
Axe Wyvern just ran at him, and like when they last picked Slark, I was really confused. I was sitting here thinking they're gonna try to pick some kind of like classic Drow counter, and I don't know, they just picked Slark.
We didn't really have a choice. I didn't really know what to pick. That was my last pick there.
I feel like maybe like PA even does better, or
Like my thought is like we just need something to like, disrupt the fight. Maybe try to get on the Drow. Maybe like cause some confusion to give me a good black hole. That was pretty much it. I didn't really have any. We didn't really have ideas coming out.
It's just impossible to get any kind of black hole this game, no matter what items you get. It's just it actually doesn't matter what you do.
I was getting like some decent black holes, but I would literally cancel them myself.
Yeah. There was like two where we were just like, holy shit, like what just happened? I'm
Yeah.
sitting here thinking like someone on our team canceled it, but I mean even then, I think that we had quite a few ways to disable it, even through like PPP and stuff.
Oh yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah.
No, there was a fight like I blink in, drop the whatever the E is, pop the black hole, then immediately hit my greaves for some reason.
Yikes.
My finger just like presses down on my. I was like, what the fuck did I just do? I was like so jumpy the entire game, just pressed all my buttons. I don't know what I was doing.
All right. Dude, we talked about that a few weeks ago, right? The fucking patient's nerves in RD12.
Yeah, it's true. But the game is much different though.
Yeah, go ahead, Frenzy.
I was gonna say, like personally, I don't even feel like I play a very good Visage at all. I just like, just hit buildings.
I mean, you have a Drow on your team,
Yeah,
fucking
I mean, that's all
bird
you
steal
need. You don't even
1,000
need to be
DPS.
good. You just like select all and then just like hit people and press D and stuff. I mean, I feel like I had some pretty clutch stuns, like when we were like pushing high ground and stuff. I got some pretty good disables, but I just hit buildings, man.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah. More thoughts on game one, or are we good?
I don't care.
I'm good.
That's about it.
All right. Well, let's take a look at game number 2. A bit longer and looks fairly even.
Yeah, this was actually a really fun game to play. I don't know from other side perspective, but I had fun. It was like a back and forth, like tons of buybacks, like Roche fights and shit. It was really cool.
It didn't feel too fun for me in the late game, honestly.
You're a sniper though, right?
Shot in 5 hits.
Yeah, an unethical pick right there.
And like I think that honestly, I think in RD2L, Axe is probably the best hero to pick possibly. Like first pick, first ban, because like it can be a support, it can be off lane. It doesn't have to have a good lane. All it needs is blink blade mail. It can insta kill carries, and like it just goes off. Like it can come back from jungling. It's super good. Like most of the time, it has a good lane. And like I mean, he played it super well. Like I don't know if people were saying like, okay, just go kill the sniper, and then basically like fights for one.
That was like his job. Jump PA or
Like, there
jump
was one
sniper.
fight mid where like we were being way too aggressive, and like we like initiated up into like high ground without vision, and then like I saw Axe mid lane, and he like shadow blade. I knew he was running for me instantly, and I tried to run away, and then I was like sitting back for a minute, and I was like, all right, I guess I can maybe come back. Maybe he's like turning around, but I kind of felt like he was gonna be there still, but like my team was gonna die without me. I should just left, but like he just like gets on me and I die in 4 shots, and then I end up going like Aeon disc, and I ended up dodging like a whole bunch of calls, like which was pretty sick. I felt like with like Hurricane Pike, but I think one of the biggest issues is like our only initiation was the Tusk really, but I feel like we should have maybe drafted something else as an initiator in the off lane or like in war role. Or any role, honestly, and then you maybe use Tusk more as like a save for the blink call with like the snowball. But since he was our only initiator, he felt kind of like pressured to do that. Which I mean, it's really understandable because like we don't have any other initiation. So
Yeah, there's no dagger on this Necro either. So
yeah, I think that
get in there.
we were kind of like we kind of got stumped at one point. in like the picks or whatever, and we didn't really know what to pick. So, but I mean, in general, I think that we just kind of misplayed a couple times. Like initially in the game, I was like winning the lane against the Lena, and I like solo killed her for first blood like 2 minutes in or something.
You killed her twice, I think.
Yeah, twice, and I was like getting every last hit and deny pretty much. Like Lena pretty much had no game, and then I kind of made the mistake of like TPing top, and then I like killed Axe because he was like going on my PA or
PA.
whatever. Killed him, and then I ended up going back to lane. But like when I left, Lena kind of got a whole lot out of the lane because I had left. And then like I did it again because I'm like, okay, it worked out the first time, but I didn't get the kill that time. And then Lena pretty much took my whole tower, and it pretty much brought Lena back into the game. And like whenever you're winning a lane, you should never like leave it. Like if you're winning it that hard, at least you shouldn't leave it. And I did twice.
Yeah.
It always
She
feels
came
bad.
back, and then she got Yules, and she pretty much could kill any hero on the map.
Yeah, off
no
that
one could ever
like
show,
mid
really.
tower. Off that mid tower, I literally just ran around with my Lena from like lane to lane.
Yep.
We just like picked off heroes over and over
Like,
again.
I made the mistake of leaving the lane twice, and Lena came back and killed everybody. So it's rough.
I feel like the Shadow Demon pick kind of ruined your draft
I don't really.
Just like
I wasn't really afraid of the Shadow Demon at all.
because it kind of fucks the Necro, and then you guys built
Maybe for next.
2 Aeon discs against Shadow Demon who purges them.
Yeah. I
So-
mean, I needed it. If I got blink called, it just died.
You're
So,
100%
4
reliant
shots, nothing I could
on
do.
Snowball. The
Yeah,
only way to
but I mean,
survive.
like he had to initiate.
Yeah,
Is what
That's
we were
that's where
pressured
you
into.
that's where you could have had a Yules on someone, but no one ended up buying it.
Yeah, I mean, we made a lot of just like in-game mistakes that we've talked about and stuff. So we'll be able to address that stuff better in the future.
My team's still trying to figure out what to do when we don't get our Phoenix. Everyone's been banning it.
You know,
We're in shambles here.
you know what works? Picking Terrorblade always works.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like Terrorblade didn't even do that much damage to buildings or anything. It was pretty much all like Lena Axe that game. I felt like.
I think this
And then
Terrorblade didn't buy Blink Dagger versus Sniper.
Yeah, that would have been legit.
Yeah. Ugh.
Yeah, I mean that game was. To me, it just felt like Lena Axe, just like all over. Well, at least the Lena at first. And I was trying to tell everyone to be super cautious, but like, one person just steps out and she happens to be there and they just die. So it's kind of easy for her to come back. And I mean, it was my error. Like I shouldn't have left the lane twice. She came back. So
I don't know. You guys are like 5-manning really well. It was like so annoying to play into you.
yeah, I mean, we kind of had to because Lena could just kill anyone who's alone.
There was that like one smoke fight at like bottom rune, where like we smoked into each other, 5-man, 5-man. Like Tusk blinks onto our high ground, and like our whole team's like confused, like what the hell just happened?
Yeah.
And then like we just all die. We're like all confused.
Yeah, someone bought back or something.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, and Axe tried to blink call me, but he was like super low HP, so he didn't kill me on his blade mail.
Yeah.
He died. I mean, I felt like I needed so many items. Like I wanted BKB. I felt like I wanted a Satanic too, so I could just like hit people and not die. Like I needed like a lot. I felt like, cause like I don't know. I think we could have handled the Axe and stuff better, but like I think everyone was so focused on Lena that Axe was kind of forgotten about sometimes. I mean, like I was super like worried about the Axe, like, especially when you guys had megas already and we were just defending. I was like shrapneling in the trees in case he was like blinking in behind the trees, trying to like blink call me from behind to just insta kill me because I had no buyback. I think people just like because it's an Axe, like people just kind of like don't think about it as being that dangerous, but in reality, it really is.
Especially against like PA and Sniper.
Yeah, anything that does damage as a carry, like it just die,
Like you never went to Vanguard, I just told him get a blade mail, try to kill them.
That's all you need. You can have a bad lane.
Mhm.
You just get blink blade mail. You just kill people with your fucking AOE, BKB, disable, and your spins and blade mail. Like it's insane.
It can definitely be. But yeah, a lot of that is on the vision you have for the fights as well.
Yeah, we took too many like fights like where we were kind of like pushing into their side of the map and we didn't have vision. And I mean I felt like what I was trying to push for was like for us to be a lot more passive because we didn't really have like an initiator. And I don't even really think that I thought that in the game. I just felt like we could sit back because like I'm playing sniper. We can sit back, get really defensive vision. They're gonna end up pushing. Like I was almost like we can even just let them have Roshan, so that way they feel pressured to push with it, and we just like wipe them. And we just get defensive vision and stuff. But I think the I don't know. We just I just think we were too aggressive without vision and stuff. And we needed some other initiator or something. Because like when your save hero has to initiate, it makes it really hard.
Yeah, definitely.
So
Yeah. All right.
that's all I really got on that one.
Yeah. Do you have any last thoughts on your series, Patience?
This game was much better than my first game. Okay, when I actually play well, I went in like full out captain mode. I was like telling everyone exactly what to do, where to be, what to do. It was it helped us win, I think. Really helped us win. My pause 5 buys a tome for himself, and I said, "No, that's going to Axe. We're getting him level 25 right now." And he's like, "Oh, but I want the 25. No, I want the tome." Like, no, you're giving it to Axe.
You got the AoE call or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Just it helps us win the game. It like wins team fights.
Yeah. I just remember like Axe just like blinking on me to try to call, and like when I was in base, and there's like 3 times where like I just like caught it before like in mid call animation, and I'd like force staff out of it. Boy, I was clenching super hard. It's wild. And eventually, I think you guys got it, and I was gone, so it was game.
I actually completely forgot the Jet and Necro. Like I get an Aether Lens, goes after, and I'm like, what the fuck? There's a Necro. I gotta get a Spirit Vessel. I get like a 35-minute Spirit Vessel.
Yeah, he had a really hard game. It was just really easy for him to die and stuff.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So Frenzy, do you have any closing thoughts, any shoutouts or any callouts you'd like to make?
Not really.
All right, Patience. Oh, sorry.
Nah, it's all good. You go.
I might be picking techies next week.
About time. I wanted you to pick techies. Honestly.
That's all I gotta say.
Remember to add JTK as sponsor.
I will.
All right. Well, thanks for taking the time, guys, and
Thank you.
have a
GG.
good night.
Hit it.
All right, we got Envy and Remster.
Oh.
All right, I am joined by Envy as well as Remster from Bubba's team. So let's just get into it. Envy, what happened here in game number 1?
Hello. We did some draft sides. I played Morphling. Turns out, not very good at Morphling. So I banned a bunch of sports. I got PL banned. And then the Centaur, and I don't think you need to ban the Ench. The Centaur ban was fine. I think that hero is broken right now.
I'm sorry, I'm banning. If you have a player that plays Ench, we are banning that. I'm making sure we ban it. I hate that hero.
And then we go Axe Phoenix, because I think Axe is broken right now. Shaker Necro, which fine.
We were gonna pick Axe, you didn't pick it actually. So
yeah, which is why I first picked it. And then I just banned some Phoenix counters, which apparently, according to Burge, should have banned Marauder instead of Troll.
I mean, we played Troll last week, so
Marauder is a better hero, just in general right now. And then they take Warlock, which is okay. It gives you a lot of, like, Earthshaker gives you a lot of initiation. Warlock gives you the counter initiation or like the follow up.
Yeah.
And then I took Lena at 16 because I think she's probably one of the best mid heroes right now, and it's also block pick for the
that's what we
for the
thought.
Phoenix.
Exactly.
And then they take Mirana because it's the last egg hitter, and then pick 18 was kind of the crux. We talked it over. Said I probably should have picked Void.
Sure. I mean, I don't know. The last pick, Chen, that was the one that was
The Void would lose the lane though.
To the Necro with the Chen, maybe not.
That's true.
Yeah. So
It's a lot harder, but Morphling lanes pretty well versus Morph.
We actually thought it was positioned
Versus
poorly.
versus Necro, sorry.
yeah, and we were gonna flex it. So
You know, that game in draft, like we were gonna first pick Axe, but then of course you picked and like, okay, well, our prepared draft was to do Earthshaker Necro. Just we wanted to try it, and then you guys picked all the egg heroes. Like, okay, that sucks. And then Mirana, obviously, like you said, Mirana was the one left, so we went with that. Nita was like, I want to play OD this game, and I was just like, huh, okay, sure.
Well, really good against
really
Morphling.
Good. It's really good versus Morphling, exactly. He should have lost lane a lot harder than he did, though. Or that he won lane. He should not win the lane against Lina, I'm pretty sure.
I agree. I was very sad from the hammer drops, and I just got insta gibbed.
Okay, top. There's like a gang top. You waveformed into like a large camp, and we just like
I kind of fucked.
52 seconds, you were dead.
I kind of fucked up. Yes. Also, yeah. I die backed, and then I got Necro. I got Reapers. I was like I was already dead for like I was dead for so long, and I just looked at my death tower. 100 seconds left. It's like, oh fuck.
You were dead for so long. We were like, okay, just push lanes.
Yeah.
The game.
That was sad. Lanes went good bottom because Chen Penitence into Necro Ghost Shroud and then Adaptive Strike.
Yeah, he was like, I can't W ever.
Yeah, that was fucking awesome. Not gonna lie, I've never laned that. Top lost when they probably shouldn't have. They should have cut waves, and we were talking, and we already reviewed it a bit. Phoenix didn't dive aggressively enough, which I guess you can't really do against Mirana anyway, because she just leaps away. Yeah.
I'll say this, like the Axe bot double stout tangos top, and then I was like, okay, we still like, okay, he's gonna start creep cutting. It's fine. I have Warlock to heal me under tower. If I can just tank creeps and last it like that way. So like we were fine with it, and then it didn't happen. Like it took until like level 5, and then he creep cut 2 waves only, and then it was like, okay, sure. I mean, it's a bit late for that. I already have levels, and I can harass you like away from it.
Yeah.
So at that point, it was too late. And then Axe had some pretty good calls that game. I got called a bunch of times and killed myself on Blade Mail.
My Axe player is really good. And then like probably I think the crux of this game was on the top lane probably should have gone better, and the mid lane probably should have gone better.
I still think we win this game though with team fight, because we can almost always kill egg, and I think you have to play a perfect Morphling this game to win.
Yeah.
Because like if you BKB, we can still Warlock ult you, and then we can like get an Echo Slam on top and then OD can almost always kill you. So,
yeah, and you succeeded in doing that. I got like fucking Echo Slammed into like Rock into Reapers.
Our Earthshaker was really good. That was
Shaker was balling out of control this game. Like shout outs to him for that. It was how do you pronounce his name?
It's Strexiar.
What do you call him in game?
Raid. It's Raid. His name is Raid.
Raid. Okay.
Yeah, we don't fucking say Strexiar every time.
Yeah, that was I mean, both teams are already playoff locked. I want to play more Fling. I gotta practice it more.
I mean, you gotta play heroes that aren't PL and Terrorblade. So.
Yep. I mean, they didn't first phase ban Terrorblade.
You had the option to pick it at 10.
I know. Maybe again.
We thought about letting you pick it too, or like PL, or we were gonna. I don't know. We thought about it, and then you didn't want to do it.
What it was fine. I need to learn some new heroes.
So. Always a good idea. I mean, you play game 2, you learn a new hero, I guess.
Yeah. Do we have anything else to say about game number 1, or do you guys want to move on?
I really have nothing else. So.
Yeah, that was about it.
All right, so game number 2, a close 64-minute game.
Oh, this was a stressful game. This was a stressful game.
Winning at like almost every point, though, at least to us.
The net worth, we were like almost always in the lead. It didn't feel like it though.
Not to us.
So okay. So the Io Gyro. So it's out. Shade plays Wisp. It's pretty fucking good Wisp. Not gonna lie. We've been practicing it, and I mean, we just first phase it. Ogre, fine first phase. And I ban Spectre and Silencer because it's Wisp counters. Pango, which is fine, I think. And then the Wyvern, which I think it's an okay counter to Io Gyro. And then Zeus, which is also okay, but Io just goes Hood. And then we take the Axe, and then we take the Bane, and basically any heroes that are left get destroyed by Bane. Any carry heroes that are left get destroyed by Bane. So you take the Zeus, you ban the Invoker, which I think was a good ban.
No, you get so much setup for Sunstrike, or like you have Axe Call, you have Fiend's Grip, you have like Sleep.
Yeah. And then the Monkey King, and then we just pick Visage. Turns out I also have a Visage player.
And we knew about Visage. We were like, man, I know Zeus against Visage. Before like minute 0, I was like, once he hits 6, I'm on Zeus, so I can't lane against that Visage. He Qs me and I died. Birds, I'm dead. And then he hits 6. I'm like, guys, I'm gonna need someone mid to help me soon. And then no one TPs, and then I get dove. I'm sad.
Yep. And then Visage takes mid tier 1, comes bottom. I don't know if we get kills. I don't remember if we get kills or
you get 1 kill. You kill Ogre.
Yeah. And then we take bottom tier 1, and then do we get the tier 2 on that push?
We defend tier 2. We defend it. It's on like 200 health. It's dead, but we defend it technically.
Yeah. We take it later though.
But...
And then Io Gyro just kind of fuck off and farm triangle. We were actually really underleveled.
You were level 7 when at one point I remember.
Yeah,
when I was like level 11.
Like Visage was like level 20 something, and then Io Gyro were like level like less than 15.
No, you got your 15 talent pretty late.
Yeah. So I think we were kind of hitting jungle creeps too much, and we didn't go to the triangle at the right time to stack it. So
okay.
And I might have put too many points into. I probably didn't start maxing flak soon enough, and then I mean, so probably the crux. I think we would have won this game harder, but we went into we went into Roche pit. And
I remember.
It was a fucking disaster. So Visage was like, "Yo, I'm gonna go buy my Hex," and then Shade was like, "Hey, let's go hit Roche." And then he didn't bottle me enough. I got to like half and was like, "Dude, start bottling," and then he didn't bottle, and then Visage is out of the pit, and then I get like bashed, and I'm down to like less than half, and then I just see Monkey King ult come in and Pango roll in, and it's like,
and then I
fuck.
ult Nimbus.
Yep. And then we get wiped at Roche Pit, which is the I think at like the 20.
It's the one peak we have at like 40 minutes, I think.
No, that was at the 25, I think.
Was it 20? I don't wait. Let me see. Oh,
because all of us died.
Okay, yeah, I see that. You guys had like a 10k net worth lead at that point still.
Yeah, and then because Io Gyro were super farmed, and then Monkey King, then you guys got the second Roche, and then. Wait, dude, what the fuck? Our Ancient was exposed that game?
No, it's just glitched. It's bugged. Yeah, it's been the same for every series.
Okay. And then Radiant got the second Roche, and then I think you guys must have fucked up. I honestly don't remember what happened, but
we pushed bottom, and 2 versus Pango and Wyvern both TP'd back to stop the bottom push as your Visage TP'd to defend, and then you guys fought us with 2 less heroes, and like it was a mistake. Like both of our heroes can't both TP.
Yeah.
Wyvern needs to stay to counter initiate ult so we can get out, and then Wyvern die. Okay, Bubs has 0 deaths in both games.
Yeah.
I don't think Season 5 should have 0 deaths on a 60-minute game ever.
Yeah, just look at him entire season, dude. He has the most insane KD I've seen in my entire life.
6-0-30 on Wyvern against a Gyro who gets melted by flak.
Yeah, I think like especially in that one, if he doesn't TP bottom, he stays there and like Wyvern ults to sacrifice in life, and then like me, Monkey King, and like we all get out. It's we don't lose Aegis. Like Monkey King die back. I think I get out with my Boots of Travel I had at that point, but we lose Aegis and Monkey King dies afterwards without buyback too.
And that like that was kind of it. There was a lot of like we kind of locked you guys in base, and Iojo got items, and
Even
then
bigger. Yeah. Well,
and then
why Monkey King
we
our third item, by the way?
so we won the game off of I think Nier found someone and then got
Okay,
gripped.
yeah. What happened was we saw Visage. We relocated bottom to defend the racks. So we're like, okay, let's smoke and let's go for a pickoff. So like we had like 9 seconds or something, and then we
Yeah.
found the Visage. I used both Nimbuses, Hydro Pressure, on the Visage. We killed him pretty fast. Nier got full duration ban ulti or Fiend's Crypt.
Yep.
And he just died. Both our Wyvern wasn't there in the fight either. He was dewarding a ward. So I mean, it's unfortunate, but that happened, and I should have saved one of my Nimbuses to cancel Fiend's Crypt, which I didn't do.
Yep. And then we kind of just ran it down mid. It was a little bit stressful taking because there was still like Pango,
Zeus and Wyvern.
Yeah, we're still up. So we're like taking the ancient and like fighting off 3 heroes. It was some Monka-esque
We were
shit.
yelling at Bubs to sell his Greaves to buy a refresher so he can buy another. So he can again. And he wasn't paying attention at all. He just didn't listen. Like 20 seconds, you were telling him to do it, and he didn't do it. But
That would have been sick, actually.
Yeah, it would have. And he was like after the game, and he's like, "Are you yelling at me to do that?" It's like, "Yes, you're the only one who has Greaves." And it was funny though. I mean, I don't take these games too harsh. It's
Yeah,
we learned you
it's-
guys play IO Gyro, so
Well, that's the first. We need to practice it more. But I think it's strong, and Shade's a very good Wisp player. We need to work on our.
I think it's good that you show this more because now people are gonna forget about the PL. They're gonna ban
Yeah.
the other
no, they're
heroes.
gonna, IO is gonna be banned first phase against you guys now somewhat, and they're gonna
I mean-
leave like one of your like your Centaur is probably really good. We wouldn't play against it this series, but like you're a really good win rate on it. So like you're gonna get PL, TB, or Centaur or IO in like the
Yep.
first.
Exactly.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Just have too much to ban, and that's the goal. I think from here we just refine our existing strats and
Then you have a
play whichever one gets
Visage
through.
too. Oh,
Yeah.
man.
Dude, I have an Invoker player, I have Visage player, I have extremely good Axe and Centaur player. It's awesome. Hold up. One of my supports wants to know how do you feel your vision was, I think game 2.
Game 2, not good, dude. I
Well,
Zeus, it's okay. We dewarded you guys a lot, or like sentries. We rewarded sentries, but like we couldn't leave the base more than
Yeah.
we had the wards to put down. It's just if we leave base, we could just die from like just Fiend's Grip or like sleep and like relocate. It's
Yep.
like no one can go alone, and then if we go as 5, like it's still not that great.
All right. My support player was asking, my Bane player. So
He bought 31 centuries that game.
very
You
cool.
know, game actually, well, if we're talking about game 1 just a little bit, yeah, we had so many sentries for all the freaking Shadow Blades on Lena to make sure she couldn't leave.
Yeah. He was very sad. And Axe was also very sad game 2 because he was literally just a call bot and that was it.
That's worth it though. Like that's not a bad thing. I
Yes,
I
I agree.
didn't get called by Axe.
I agree.
All right.
Actually, get refresher shard, and actually, I think that won you one of the fights, or double calling.
Yeah, double calling the monkey. It was sick.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, that won a fight alone. So
Yeah. Envy, do you have any closing thoughts? Any shoutouts for any call-outs you'd like to make?
Shout out to Shade for playing Wisp. Shout out to Bubba for not dying once. Don't know how that's possible. Like I actually don't know how you don't die on a position 5 support in these, like even as a warlock.
Bubs is
I don't
fucking
know.
crazy. It was the same when I played versus him. I was like Omega farmed sniper. I can't. I don't know. He doesn't die.
Yeah, it was actually insane. I don't know. Yeah, I got some pretty good players. We're playoff locked, and I don't know if we're guaranteed to get a bye in first round yet. Both teams. I'm pretty sure you guys are.
we are for sure.
Yeah, aren't you 10 wins, Envy?
Yeah.
Yeah, 10 wins isn't secured. I think there's at least 3 teams on it, including my own team. So yeah.
I think we have to get at least one more win to secure bye.
Yeah, I think me versus Weiss next week will be who throws the best. I think. We'll see who gets the bye. But yeah, same question to you, Remster. Closing thoughts, shoutouts, callouts.
I mean, I guess call it, but I don't know how he doesn't die. That is too true. I mean, we play Boog next team. I think we play. We play Boog. I don't. Yeah, I guess call out to you guys. We're maybe another 1-1. We'll see. I mean, these games, I'm taking it chill right now because we like, of course, we're playoff locked. So we'll just see how it works. Hopefully, just make sure Bubs doesn't get tilted. So does Near. We just need to make sure we need to go into playoffs being happy. So yeah, get a 2-0 here, and then we'll have a good mood to playoffs.
All right.
Sounds good.
Thanks a lot for joining me, guys. It was a pleasure, and I'll see you guys in the playoffs.
Yeah,
Hell
thank you
yeah.
very much.
All right. Final series. We got Mr. Bursa versus Sheep, I believe. We got Johan as well as Brightside joining us. All right. Hello, Mr. Brightside, as well as the Johan.
Hey, how's it going?
Hello.
Yeah, it's going well for me. You obviously got to wait a bit, but this is the final one. So, talk to me about this game number 1.
I'm not gonna throw him under the bus. My offlaner played poorly, and we kind of just we just didn't have enough team fight.
Yeah, it's like all it took was a chrono on the Weaver. The Weaver was dead. All it took was like there was one point where we were team fighting around their shrine, and I just put a sentry down, and I see Brightside's Weaver just walking past me, so I just nightmare him. And then we have a chrono going on the other side, and then we just basically murder him after we finish off the rest of the team. It was just
definitely, yeah, I definitely needed to ban Lena. My gut was telling me to ban Lena, but I wanted to pick Weaver and Bloodseekers in the pool, so I banned out Bloodseeker. But then, like, during the game, I was just like, man, I should have banned Lena. Because, like, honestly, I think your team plays significantly worse when he's not playing. Sheep isn't playing Lena or Clinks.
Oh yeah, those are definitely his 2 heroes. Like those are 2 of his best heroes.
Yeah,
it's like he's not traditionally a mid player, so he doesn't have like a wide mid pool.
Right, and like just even though like my DK like did find mid, we just there was just way too much team fight.
Yeah.
What's this JBay 5?
Well, I didn't play SB, so I picked him the Wyvern because it's just a really good pick. Does a really good, like the Spearbreaker Wyvern don't give away anything, but
yeah, you were a really annoying Peacock in lane because it would just be Wraith King stun into Wyvern Blast, and he'd basically just have to use Time Walk off cooldown just because of that.
Yeah,
he felt like he couldn't really get that close to the creep wave.
Yeah, it would have been helpful if Akiri had been playing better, but he did not. He was a little off. So, I don't know. The top lane, I thought Weaver versus Brew should have gone much better, but the Earthshaker actually just like camped top, and I like was not expecting him to just camp top lane for some reason. And they just had way too much lockdown for like off bitch. Just
it's like there was like nothing Weaver could do that game. Like, and then on top of that, it's like I think the build on the Weaver was a little bit off. Like I play Weaver quite a bit, or I used to, and it's like I think this is a game like you have to have Lincolns to protect yourself from like the Lena Yules.
I just don't have a farm to do that, man.
I'm pretty sure you would have gone BKB next item, right?
I had BKB queued up.
Yeah.
But
the thing is, it's like there's so much that goes through BKB. You
Yeah,
got
like,
Banal,
you
you
can't-
got Void.
You can't buy Lincolns. You actually can't buy Lincolns this game.
The bigger problem
Unless you're super
was
ahead.
that I wanted like I just like didn't really think about it, but like the Lena plus the Void, those 2 picks pretty much just ruined my whole game. Like I couldn't split push effectively. Yeah, I like wanted to like threaten the side lanes, but there was just like a constant threat of Chrono or Lena Yules.
Yep, or Blink Echo or something like
it's
that.
just
where you
way-
couldn't do anything.
Way too much threatening the Weaver that game. Like in hindsight, I'm sure there's a better pick there, but
Honestly, it's like I'm not sure what you pick at the end there. Like the Weaver was third picked, so it's
Yeah, I think
maybe you run the Weaver in the off lane and pick different carry than Wraith King.
I think Wraith King
But-
carry actually would have been fine if Wraith King's able to get like a Blink Radiance up that game.
Yeah.
I think the
Then it
game's
be-
kind
then it
of
becomes
different.
harder, but
Yeah, it's just we kind of just got out team fought. Like we didn't really have 5 people in an engagement for like most of the by the time that like I was like, yo, why are we still playing so split? Like it was just way too late.
yeah.
And yeah, no, that's pretty much it. I think the scorelines say it all. Like
Yeah, 39-14 in a 36-minute game.
It looks pretty grim. Net was short after 50 minutes, just going up and up and up and up. But yeah, it looks like the lanes were pretty okay for you guys though. But after that,
I mean, like, yeah, the lanes go well, but like just the mid game execution is so impossible for our draft.
Yeah.
Like I think
It's like-
I need.
Were
I
you
need
at all considering like a Drow pick at all? Because that's what we were thinking you might pick at the end, just with like a Drow Weaver whether like a Drow Weaver with a Wraith King in front to tank and just flat out push.
It,
It's like,
I don't know. I've never run a
that's
Drow.
one of the reasons we took Void was just so that we had a way to jump on top of the Drow.
I've never run a Drow strat with this team. I
We
don't.
weren't sure if you had or not, so we picked the Void, and I looked at your team's Dota buff, and I'm like, okay, yeah, they didn't pick Drow yet. So I just wasn't sure if it was something that Yoda would play mid. Or
I hate running
they
Drow.
definitely
It's-
do Weaver mid in that case, I think.
Right, but either way.
It was a rough
Okay,
game.
I was just wondering if there was
Yeah.
anything like that going through your head.
Yeah. All right. So let's take a look at game number 2, which was
Oh,
a
boy.
76-minute game.
Yeah, thanks, Bright Side.
All right, so just so you know, Mikkel, we were both 500 going into this game. So if my
One of
team,
us 2-0,
I
pretty much a guaranteed playoff.
elimination, like not yeah, it's so. And my Kiri player, I pretty much just benched him. So I didn't have my second pick offlaner for this game. So I just I pulled out fucking all the stops this game. It was YOLO.
Yep. We just could not break that Tinker Underlord and
That high ground is some shit.
Shakiro high ground. It's like we just could not get up to the high ground. It was so
I mean,
bad.
there was like a point where Tiny had like Aegis. He like came up and just started hitting my buildings. He died in like 2 seconds.
Yeah, it's like I think we got 1.5 lanes of racks, and then we just couldn't even get close to your high ground anymore because Tinker and was pushing out all your waves, and then you had Slark roaming all over the place and just murdering people.
Yeah, it was more they messed up really bad one fight, and I just hunted for like 20 minutes after that. At one point I had 90 essence shift stacks. I had 90 essence shift stacks, and I run up invis on Johan's Nyx, and Tinker TPs on him, just hexes, and I kill him in like 2 seconds. It was just once we got control of the vision game.
Yeah,
Like,
we couldn't even leave our base. So it was,
You had it like you had the gem, and we got rid of like all your gems.
Yep.
And that was like once you lost the gems, it made playing the game so hard.
Oh yeah.
But also, we still definitely should have lost. Like your Wyvern.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that Wyvern had some interesting ults.
There was
to say the least.
I think there was 2 fights in the late game where I got 4-second arrowed, and then I just get cursed on top of the arrow. And it's just, although there was the one fight in middle, I don't know if you remember, where I literally lived on like 100 HP.
Oh, that was so bad. It's like I'm trying to get the kill on you, and you were just out of mana burn range.
I was spamming my R button, dude. All right, yeah. This was like one of those games where once they failed going high ground like once, it was over, I think.
Yeah, pretty much. It's like, yeah.
It was just a matter of breaking high ground. Like we don't really have great high ground, so we just pretty much we got we got one Aegis, we got a Rax, and then we got the second Aegis. I think we got another Rax, and then
it's
we
like
had.
we would have banned the Tinker again in the 5th for our 6th ban.
That's why
they 4th phased it.
That's why I took
Or
it.
4th
I knew I took a gamble.
That actually forced us into the Nyx because we were going to run the Tiny as a 4.
I knew you were. Like I was like, that's a 4. I was like, there's no way that's a core.
And so that made us rethink, like, okay, what can we put mid against the Tinker? Why don't we just put the Tiny mid against the Tinker and put a Nyx there to provide at least some type of counter?
The problem was like I took a gamble because I know Sheep's not a mid laner, so I picked the I picked the Tinker at 17, and I was like, if he plays Storm, then that's just life. But I don't think Sheep plays Storm, so it worked out.
No, Peacock does, but
I'm very surprised.
Peacock tried to play Storm once in the unofficial. It did not go amazingly, to say the least. But
this honestly, you guys probably should have still won this game. There was like a time period where we were literally just dodging fights with all of our heart. Like we were just.
Oh, you should have heard Sheep tilting. He's like, "We need to kill these guys. Why can we not freaking catch them?"
We honestly, shout out to my supports. Like,
you guys actually played like so well. Towards that, what time frame was it? Like, it was like 15 to 20 minutes. You did not have a single death, and we were hunting you that entire time. When we had like Tiny got his blink dagger, Centaur had his blink dagger. And we're just hunting you that entire like 15 to 25, 15 to 22 minutes.
Man.
And we could not catch you because you guys were moving around with Tinker bots. Slark is impossible to catch. Underlord's too tanky to catch. And so basically trying to catch the shot, and it resulted in the Shaman dying like 19 times. But
honestly, Danny did so much work though in that early game. I didn't even care. I was like, Danny, you're gonna die. I think I told him in Discord, I was like, Danny, listen, man, you're gonna die a lot, but it's okay because we're not dying.
It's okay. We'll get you extra pressure and finish the game.
Yeah, literally 73 minutes. He picks up his Ags. We still had the refresher shard from the third row.
I was hoping I was gonna be able to get a Aegis steal there. Like I had my Vendetta unobstructed pathing, so I could get away from you guys. And it's like I was literally sitting on the wall of the Roche pit where you couldn't see me. And then I took a quick glance in, and of course Roche is still at like a 3rd HP, so it was. And then you guys saw me, and you guys all left the Roche pit. But
yeah, we saw you when we bailed. We didn't take Roche for like another 10 minutes.
just a Tinker game, yeah.
This was just
Tinker. That was just disgusting.
This was just overwhelming team fight versus like versus Chip. Like the way Slark and Tinker take fights, and in the late game especially, is just like you just go in,
whittle them down.
And
you whittle them
Underlord
down.
does quite significant chip damage against a Centaur and Tiny in the late game with percentage-based damage.
No blade mills.
Yeah, I was a little confused
That's true.
about that one.
I was thinking of suggesting it, but it's like it's like their 2 cores are like.
I mean, you look at the items of Centaur too. He's maxed out.
Yeah, it's like what do you replace for the blade mail? You have a Lotus Orb to somewhat help against the Tinker. You have a Scythe.
It's more just at a certain point, like what does their team do against like a Slark with like 30 Essence Shift stacks?
Yeah.
And just like if I'm able to get like a round in fights and not just get like obliterated at the start of a fight, then I think we just won every fight in the late game. And yeah, it was a pretty clutch win.
Yeah.
To pull out.
Yeah, I'm just happy I got the tiebreaker over Brightside and winning our fantasy football matchup.
God,
so I get the tiebreaker 2-1 us.
So,
all right.
I mean, it was a fucking really fun game for us to play. I don't know if it was fun for them.
I had a ton of fun in like game 1. Game 2, I'm like, okay, it's a Tinker, and it's like.
Did you see the Slark pick coming?
I didn't. Like, I thought of it because I knew you guys had picked Slark like once before.
I picked it and it was a real.
But I'm like,
game
okay, if they pick a Slark into like a Centaur Nyx lane, it's like he's gonna have a horrible time.
Mr. Brightside sees the Mirana and he's like, Slark.
I didn't even. Honestly, it wasn't even the Marana, man.
That's what it was
I
last
actually-
time. You thought it was Morale last time, right?
That's what happened last time, but that was because I got outdrafted and I didn't have an answer to Storm.
Yeah.
But this game, like, it was three heroes that, like, it was pretty much their entire team is pretty blag against us farm Slark. So our whole game plan was just getting to that point.
Yeah, I mean, it certainly worked out.
Yep,
So
they did barely.
I mean, we barely. They had a 30k gold lead, but we made it.
I don't think it was 30k. Was it?
It was 30k. I looked at if you.
Oh
look
yeah,
at
it did. I saw the graph you posted. I thought it was 20k on the graph, but I must have just misread that.
28.8 is the highest the Dota buff says, but it's only once per minute. So.
Okay, yeah, I was looking at the wrong thing. I was looking at experience as gold. So
I also think that game would have been much easier if I had not been so cocky in the top lane. Just kind of like died twice for some reason, just like trying to play.
Yeah, but it's like if you don't die those times, it's like you're just gonna be so afraid of like the Centaur Nyx that like you can't even see us.
I mean, it was more like I was doing really well. I was just like dragging creeps under tower and CSing. I would argue that like if I hadn't died a couple of times, then that lane would have said Drew, because like I thought you guys played it pretty poorly, but just because like it's hard to punish because the creep was under tower and you didn't side pull. So
yeah, that's definitely something I need to work on. Is like I'm not used to like I generally don't play 4 that often, or at least when I did play 4, it was always a roaming 4. So I'm not used to like that off lane, like side pulling, all that stuff. It's just not something I'm used to doing, and it always slips my mind.
Yeah, I heard Johan can only play Ancient Apparition.
I don't think that's true.
What
do you think?
I think Johan can play. I think he can play Jakiro and AA.
Okay.
But we took his Jakiro, so.
Yeah.
All right. So, Mr. Brightside, do you have any closing thoughts, any shout-outs, or any call-outs you'd like to make?
Yeah, shout out to JBay for standing in. Also shout out to my team for still playing really hard, even though it like going into game 2, there was just like a weird aura or like weird atmosphere in the Discord, because like I told Akiri to just like not play the second game, so we were playing without technically our second highest MMR. But they were very willing to change roles for the game, and it worked out. So shout out to them.
Yeah, all right. And Johan, same question to you.
Oh, let's see. I don't think so. Just like a general shout out to my team. Like we did really well game 1, game 2. It just wasn't quite enough to win the game.
All right. Well, thanks a lot to both of you for coming on, taking the time to talk about your series. Much appreciated.
Yep.
And have a good night.
Yep. You too.
All right. And with that, we are actually done for tonight. Thanks a lot, Keg Dota, for the subscription, and thanks to all the guests who came on and talked about their series tonight. It's very much appreciated. The guests are, after all, what makes the show. I was a bit worried at first, as I only had like 3 guests at first, but eventually some more came in, and hopefully you guys all enjoy this content that we're all making together. So thanks a lot for watching, and have a good night.